Welcome to the Cross the Line Podcast. My name is Carlos Smith, back again for the final interview of the year. This is one of my favorite episodes always, the Hip Hop Roundtable. This is the 5-year anniversary for the Cross the Line Podcast. So I got my people with me again. To my right, I got Coach Peake.
What's going on, man?
I got my guy Doc.
Yes, sir.
What's going on?
What's up, man?
And then my guy to my left, I got Troop DZA. Fellas, what's going on?
What's going on, man?
Man, I appreciate y'all. Like I said, 5-year anniversary, man. It's crazy to think it's been 5 years since 2018, man. We've been doing this, and just to be back again. Blessed to be back again. One for the main thing, but just to see how fast time been going by, man. But I appreciate y'all for chopping it up with me again.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. To me, it's dope to be able to travel, interview entrepreneurs, doing the things I'm doing, having the opportunity, cover the Hornets, but then also being able to come back and kick it with y'all, man, and talk about music. So, like I said, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. It's one of my favorites.
Yes, sir.
So, for anybody watching this, we're gonna talk about hip hop over the past 5 years. If you got your favorite projects, please drop them in the comments. Let us know, so we'll read them. I'm gonna try to read them on here if I can. But any feedback that y'all have, definitely feel free to. This is live, so feel free to drop your comments. But fellas, starting out, 2023, the year in hip hop, how do y'all view it? And also, it was the 50 year anniversary of hip hop. But how do y'all view the year 2023?
Man, to be real, I feel like this is one of the weakest years in hip hop, and it's sad because it was the 50th anniversary, but it just felt real blah. Like, we had some good albums that came out. I'm looking at the list. But I feel like it was just very stagnant, man, in a way.
Yeah. I think it was a funny year. That's what when I thought about how would I wrap up 2023. It was funny and inconsistent. A lot of bullshit, you know what I mean, as far as how the content I felt about where the game was going at the beginning of the year. But then towards the end, we started getting a whole lot of, nice little gems that I didn't expect to come in 2023. Right. So I like where it's going, but I ain't like how it started out this year, So.
I feel like every year in hip-hop, for some reason, besides 2018, it seemed like the year in hip-hop really don't start until like March or April for some reason. Like the first couple months, everybody just kind of sit back. Maybe they might drop like an EP or something, and then after that, that's when people start.
It's summertime trying to get into the festivals.
Yep.
You trying to get new music to your fans. You trying to make them want to come out and see you, spend some money on you. Like, everybody kind of chilling during the wintertime.
Yeah. Like, if I had to grade this year, though, I probably would give it maybe like a D minus. Because to me, compared to when we first started doing this and the music that was dropping till now, I just feel like, kind of like since the pandemic hit, it's like the music haven't really been the same. Like, to me, Killer Mike, honestly, probably like to me, it was the best album, hands down.
Right.
He was really one of the only ones that kind of like saved hip hop.
Right.
Like, the newer artists, I didn't really care for a lot of their music, but then when, like, to me, it was like the elder statesmen, like the G's and the older artists with Nas. Those artists, to me, that's what kind of like I was listening to. Was a lot of the stuff that was dropping, man, it was like, it wasn't a lot of effort in it or something. So
we were getting a lot of songs, a lot of big records from no-name, new people. Right. A lot of new artists came in, but I don't think nobody really was, like, investing into a dope album like that. Not a lot of people.
I think people lost that art of making an album. Mm-hmm. Like, it ain't, like, it used to be people, like, I'm going to say, man, like, this week, I've been listening to a lot of Project Pat randomly. And, like, the album that he had with Don't Save Her and all that, it was a bunch of hood songs, hits, and skits. But everything flowed, But now I feel like everything, even with Drake, I just feel like he just pop in, drop 30 songs, and don't nothing flow. It's not a story. You don't feel nothing. It's just like, I'm going to put this on, it's going to play in the background while I'm about to go out. Like, you ain't even thinking about what you listening to. You know what I mean? But
y'all like the 30-song projects?
No, I don't, because I don't make it through them like that. You know what I mean?
I like a good 12, 13 songs, man.
Yeah, that's
30
cool.
songs, that's a lot for me.
That's a lot. Yeah.
12, 13 still be,
right, especially
it's
nowadays.
healthy. It's a healthy portion. You know what I mean? About 10 songs I can get through them, and the replay value, if they good records, they gonna make me want to keep playing the album again. Right. So.
I feel like all the classics got like 10 or 11 songs.
Yeah.
Like Thriller got 11 songs.
Oh, yeah.
Illmatic got 11 songs. Marvin Gaye, What's Going On, like 11 songs. You know what I'm saying? It ain't too much, and it's not something that it's like 45 minutes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But you know, 30 songs is a lot, man.
I say the most for me, give me at the most 14, 15 max. 15 is a cap for me. But if you can give me somewhere between 12 to 14, like solid,
Right.
that's all I need.
Yeah, I feel that.
I feel like anything over that they start giving us. We know what fillers are. It's like the songs that you really don't want to put on your album, but
Right.
hey, they might like this.
Right.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
I know what
So
you
I'm gonna
mean.
put it out, you know, but you know, you get a lot of fillers when you can just trim the fat and kind of have a classic. But I don't feel like people aim for classics no more, man.
I agree.
It ain't really. I definitely not this year. Like albums that you say, man, it's like a classic album. This year to me, no, I said this year just wasn't. To me, it wasn't the same. But like I said, only one to me, like hands down, was like Killer Mike.
Yeah.
Like other than that, man, like anything else was. I did like Gunna album too, and we're gonna talk about some of my favorite projects from this year. But to me, I think Killer Mike, even when it's time for the Grammy nomination, I think it should be a no-brainer to me personally.
Yeah. If he submitted, you know.
But he nominated.
Yeah, he's
though.
nominated.
He nominated. Yeah.
He
Some of these guys don't submit their albums. Like
Yeah,
Drake
yeah.
don't submit his albums for Grammy competition. J. Cole don't. So then we end up just, you know, having
The people who submitted.
choose.
From.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So give me y'all. We're gonna break it down later on in the show. We're gonna come together and give y'all our 10 best albums for the past 5 years. Before this year, give me y'all favorite, 3 to 5 projects
For the year or
for this year. Just for this year.
Oh,
right
this
now,
year?
2023.
Yeah, I mean, definitely Killer Mike. The replay value for me, just
I got
hearing
Killer Mike.
hearing somebody make an album like that in the midst of where the state of hip hop was when he dropped, I thought it was dope. I wanted to hear it because I could relate to it. He had a song, talking to us about our baby mamas.
Right.
Yeah, it's real.
Making unintentionally making babies without
Right.
plans on staying.
Come on, man.
Shit like that was I was like, man, that needed to be said to us as black men as a whole. So I loved everything that album stand for, represented. Not just because that's where I met in my life, but shit, somebody needed to be telling these young cats something like that. You know what I mean?
Stories, man.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites for sure.
That song he got with Fabo surprised me. Something for the junkies.
Fabo, and it's crazy because it seemed like Fabo fit perfect for that song too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes,
man.
like Fabo was doing his classic ad libs, but he was telling the story like it's your mama, it's your auntie, it's your cousin on the slide. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he was really going in, so it felt different, man.
Yeah, that's why that album connected, especially to us from the South being country. Hearing somebody tell those type of stories and it kind of mirrored what we seen. I love it, you know what I mean? But
Sure.
I got, to me, Killer Mike was number one for me. I like Gotti's. I think he called it a mixtape, but I showed you, so I like that. And then I know a lot of people giving him some pushback, but Gunna to me had one of the best albums this year too.
No features.
Yeah.
I love Gunna album too. But I mean, I was for all of the dogs too.
Yeah.
For all the dogs had a lot of mixed reviews, but I know you said you don't think it had a flow.
Yeah.
But all them songs was dog geared to dog shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just what he on. So it's like I don't look at it like, okay, it might not be mirroring the type of stuff I'm on, but it felt good. I understood it from an entertainment standpoint, and Drake gonna capitalize on what's going on right now. So he's just saying shit, shock value, all that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pete, what you got?
I like the Gunna album, Gift and the Curse. I'm into the sound of Gunna. I like his sound. You know, I'm into that. But he took the sound and he was talking about something also, and I'm into that as well. And I liked it, man. And then, he had a little story with it. He had just got through with the situation with Thug and them. And, regardless of what people were saying about him, he still had a story. And he got on that tape and he did his thing. Yeah. And I enjoyed it.
Yeah, he got to tell his side.
Yeah.
And it's still like he ain't did no interviews, nothing. Like, he really did what we supposed to do. You take it to the wax and tell your side and, keep it moving. I like that.
Honestly, this was... Like, I listened to Gunna records in the past, but, like, just like a full body of work, this is, like, the first project I really, listened to Gunna. Before then, I was like, I would listen to, like, some stuff like he had with Lil Baby or Thug, but just like a full album.
Yeah.
Like this is the first time I really sat down and listened to him. But I thought Gunna had one of the top 4-5 albums in hip hop this year. Even though people gon',
Of course.
which I don't get. Well, I don't live by that code, so to me, it's all entertainment. None of these artists, if they smart, not out there living what they, rapping.
Right.
But that's what we learned this year. A lot of them is, you know what I mean? It's the older cats, I wouldn't say so much, but, the younger cats, to me, they are trying to live out the lyrics. You know what I mean? Like this shock value, crazy content. They really trying to move like that. You know?
I hate to say it, but the fans kind of push them to that too, because you'd be surprised. The fans, they gravitate towards the things they think is real. You know what I'm saying?
It's the market.
Yep.
And
it's like that in rap. I don't get it. In other genres, they ain't really.
Come on,
I think the line's blurred, man, with entertainment. Like, what we're entertained by is a form of reality, you know what I mean? But I think everybody just caught up in so numb to the bullshit that we think this stuff normal. Even the fans want you to be the gangsters. They want you to really have a body if you talking like that. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody really. It's crazy, bro.
But I think we can differentiate like what's real and what's fake. But like I guess like the younger generation,
oh yeah, for sure,
does they really feel like this is like reality, especially like if you don't have like any mentors or any type of guidance, and you turn it on. I don't want to just say one artist in particular, but the youngest artist that a lot of the young people listen to. If they listen to that and they gonna think like that's reality, but it's not.
Right. Yeah.
And you can see what kind of trouble that they get some of those artists in anyway. But for us, we can differentiate it. But like younger kids, they think that's real and they think that's life, and it's
now we can. I'm gonna tell you, like, it's so many artists that I listen to now, and I go back, like, I listen. I'm just throwing him out there, man. It's random, but I listened to Get Rich or Die Trying the other day.
Hard.
One of my favorite albums of all time.
50 had songs about smoking weed, and he ain't never smoked.
I was about to say, he don't even smoke no weed.
He don't even smoke.
I get high all the time.
Like, and if you listening to it now, you'll be like, man, this dude. It don't even seem real. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
we was young. You know what I mean?
Caught up in it.
You know what to do.
But the thing that stuck with 50 was because it was like you heard he got shot 9 times,
for sure.
So you like, he real because he got shot 9 times. That's all like we really needed to hear was something like that.
And that's what's going on today at like times 10, because it wasn't a whole lot of 50s. But now these kids, they want every rapper to have that type of resume. You know what I mean?
Man, 50 came out. I wanted to get shot so bad.
just to be like
and it wasn't any social media, so that kind of added to that mystique, like an artist. So you just hear him, you gonna listen to it on the radio.
It's like an urban legend.
We watching 106 Park back in the day, so you got to see something on TV, but like it wasn't social media, so you don't, like now you can just turn on your phone and just go on Instagram and just see what somebody doing. Like
that's real.
Back then we didn't have it, so whatever they talked about back then, it just that's it. Like that's added to the mystique.
But that's what makes it so bad with like hip hop, because so many artists run to their phone and just be like Soulja Boy and Blueface the other week. They on live getting into it and everything, and it's like maybe I ain't tapped in with other genres, but I don't see that in other genres. Right. And they really be about the music. Like country music had the biggest year they ever had this year, and they stuck with their foundation: good songwriting, good music, getting it to the fans. Like you can't name 2 country artists right now that's beefing.
Right.
That's real.
Right. And again, that's because in our culture, the more drama, chaos, and bullshit that's going on, they know that's gonna feed the viewers and consumers to tap in more. Like, you know what I mean? It's our reality is skewed a little bit. You know what I mean? Like,
and it ain't even.
Go ahead, you good.
And I'm about to say, it ain't even just a now thing. Like, you gotta think. My favorite rapper all time, Tupac. Yeah. You know, back when he was popular in the 90s, like, a lot of that controversy is what made him Tupac. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, he was a movie star, rapper, whatever. Right. But all of the shit that was going on behind the scenes, he was getting in trouble. Right. Yeah. You know, that kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It elevated the persona of who Tupac is. But even what you was talking about, nigga, Soulja Boy said on the conversation with Blueface, he was like, Soulja, what? How did you respond to something? Soulja like, come on, Blue, I was popping shit. You know, basically just saying, I'm just talking. You know what I mean? I'm just talking. So,
yeah, man. Like,
crazy.
People feed into it, man.
Yeah,
It's real.
It ain't about that. It ain't about the music no more.
So going forward, like, how do y'all feel about hip hop right now? Do y'all feel like it's in a good space, or it's like it need more work?
I like the direction. I like the turn that it took from halfway through the year, from the type of music and records that was being dropped. I like the direction that it's potentially going into. We getting a whole lot of Cole features, a whole lot of Cole voice. And one of the things I always said, which I had a problem with Cole and Kendrick, was that they weren't visible enough. Y'all, I'm doing that.
Yeah, they don't drop a lot of projects.
Yeah.
But when they drop though, it's always
right. Yeah, and I feel like, you know, if we could see them more, maybe those guys will have more of a influence in the game.
Yeah.
And I feel like J. Cole has done that, man. You know what I mean? Like him being present and giving us these classic verses. It do kind of influence people to want to, all right, I want to do a record like that. You know what I mean?
He went crazy on Drake album and Nicki Minaj album. And both of those albums are on this list right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like...
Yeah, the record with Nicki went crazy.
An album that I forgot to put on here. I know he going through some stuff right now, but Off the Grid, Diddy.
Hey,
I forgot to put that on here. I just wrote it down, but man, that was tough.
No, it was great.
Tough.
It was great music. I can't lie. It was amazing music. Hate the bullshit that's around it. True or not, you know what I mean? You just hate to see something get overshadowed like that. And he was on pace to have that one of the albums of the year. You know. So.
I mean, you can still say it's that, but it's just a controversy. Like, we treat him like he R. Kelly right now.
Right. That's what I was about to say. It's almost, he feels like R. Kelly. I can't let people know I'm still listening to Diddy right now. Just like you can't let nobody know you playing 12.
You just got to be able to separate the artist, you know, from whatever you got going on behind the scene.
Right.
But just if you just listen to Off the Grid, man, it was
amazing.
It was tough.
I'm gonna say this too: if you listen to Off the Grid and then you go listen to something like Gunna's album, and I like Gunna's album, but Gunna's album is not mixed and mastered like Diddy's. Like if you listen to Diddy's album sound good on your ears.
Right.
Yeah.
With Gunna's album, it sound kind of low. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like it sound good, but it's like it in my car. I can throw on Diddy album and it's like it sound like stuff coming everywhere.
Right.
And you can he ain't on the whole album.
Right.
You know, and it sound passionate.
Right.
But then it's like you listen to some other people and it's like we done got to that point where it's like I'm just gonna record.
Drop shit, But see, Diddy's a producer though, so you know, like that extra time post engineering is gonna get. You know, he's spending time on that post engineering. And Killer Mike, his album audio wise,
you can tell they put time and effort into it, man. Like, and that's what I appreciate as artists. Like, you can tell, like they took the time. I think Killer Mike said
there you go.
He spent like $250,000 or $500,000, $500,000 just on the album. Like
that's what I was gonna say.
And it reflect in the music. Like,
all right, but he cared about that, and that matters because we get a different experience when you put that type of time and energy into making sure the post production and sounds like that. That's how we get to say like those two albums that you just mentioned about the post production. Is considered for album of the year. You know what I mean? So to me, post production is man that's a deal breaker to me when I listen to music. You know what I mean?
I feel like we forget about it, man.
Yeah.
Like man, in hip hop, it is no longer about the presentation. When you buy Apple or anything, the Apple it come in a smooth box. You know you getting a good product. When you buy Jordans, it come in a nice box. It's a good product. When you get hip hop now. It is half dressed up for you. It ain't for the customer no more.
Right.
You know, like it's half-assed, and I don't like it. I feel like we not us, but hip hop is low hanging fruit right now.
Yep.
So it's like anybody just feel like I can do that.
Yep. Because it don't take much to please us. I know not us technically, but
culture.
The culture. We are amused and entertained by anything, and that's why it's a lot of bullshit, you know, in the game right now.
Yeah, you remember when we was talking, and I don't really want to make it seem like I'm bashing her, but you remember we was talking the other day, and we was just talking about how Rolling Stone had the, the
They
best
had
song
Sexy
of the-
Red for song of
and
the
I
year.
ain't, and I'm not hating on her. Happy for her, congratulations. But when they say that's like,
Which one?
Sexy Red.
I think it was Ski.
Yeah,
They said that was the song of the year.
I like Ski.
I don't think it was
I
the
like
best
it,
song,
but
but
I
it was a
like
big
it,
song
but-
though.
yeah,
It was a
but-
big
like
song though.
Ski.
Song of the year, to
Definitely
me,
not.
Nah.
I can't give a song of the year.
Right,
Like,
right.
I'm happy for all the success she has, but like,
But then if you don't give it to who had song of the year? What song stuck out?
Fuck You Mean
Oh,
for
yeah,
a
yeah,
long
yeah.
time.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
a long time,
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck You Mean
Yeah, yeah.
was the
Yeah.
biggest
I ain't gonna lie,
song.
Jack Harlow right now.
Yeah.
I
That
love that
song
song.
everywhere.
Yeah,
I love
that
that song. Song of the year,
But
Rolling
it-
Stone.
But
that's-
Ski Yee was huge though. I
For
ain't gonna lie
sure, for
though.
sure.
it was. I don't know if I can give it like. I guess just because like the standard I'm thinking of is like hip hop is just like.
Especially coming from Rolling Stone.
Yeah,
I get what
that's
you're
I'm
saying.
Yeah,
I get
it's-
what you're
yeah.
saying.
So for the,
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely.
I feel
a
like
big
it's a
record.
troll.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like they say that because it's like, oh, this the best song of the year in hip hop, and folks gonna listen to that and be like, oh, hip hop. Well, like this y'all best song.
Right,
Oh,
facts.
Exactly.
hey,
know,
that's possible.
Nah,
You know, like
that's
it's like this
possible.
y'all best song, and we got other records over here doing numbers.
Right, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Right.
and this person didn't put out no sex tape. This person wasn't acting crazy. Like, come on, man. Like it's. I'm telling you, bro. It's a product and it's a consumer.
Yeah,
and it's
that's right.
It's
That's
a
right.
consumer. Like we going crazy with it. We like y'all heard what so and so did. It ain't about the music.
No, it's
no more,
not.
man.
Yep, it's not.
You know.
It's like you gotta have some type of. I ain't gonna say gotta have, but right now it's just trendy to have
Shop value.
some kind of something for shop value to make
yeah.
people want to tap in. Cause something that I talked about earlier this year, man. Y'all gotta understand when people are putting records or it's adding songs onto their stories, their
Yeah.
TikToks or their Instagram. You're not choosing your favorite song.
Nah.
You choosing the most trendy
Yeah.
song. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Sexy Red might be the biggest song in the
Yeah.
world, but we don't really love it.
Yeah.
But did we watch it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we play it? Or, not us,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying? So I don't think, like I said, this is a false reality
Yeah.
going on right now, bro.
And then people picking them songs so they can get in front of other people.
Right.
It's like I'm gonna pick the song
'Cause more people gonna watch
Yeah.
it, yeah.
So now when you click on the song, my story gonna pop up. You know, and if I'm booming, it's gonna be at the top.
Right.
So it ain't
I
even
ain't
about
even thinking
supporting
that.
the
Yeah.
song no
Facts.
more.
Facts,
It's
yeah.
about you
Yeah.
seeing
Yes,
me.
right.
You know,
That's exactly right.
know?
That's
Nah, that's
exactly
real.
right. So it's like new artists we have to compete with regular people because regular people want to be seen. So
Yeah.
they trying to get
Sure.
they regular ass posts to
Yeah.
go viral. You know what I mean? In the midst of us trying to get people to check out our music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We got my guy coming back in. Courtney Green. Courtney, what's going on, dog?
was good.
What's going on, Los? How y'all boys doing?
Good. I'm
Good,
gonna
man.
turn my laptop around so you can see everybody. But
What's up, fellas?
What's going on,
What's
big
going
guy?
on, man?
What's going on, man?
What's up, man? Another year, and the next talk is
out
Ray
there.
Press, man.
That's right.
yeah, so just giving people backstory again. I met Courtney back in 2020. We was at I was doing some freelance work for The Source, and Courtney came in with one of his artists, and me and him, exchanged information, and I told him, man, I said, I'm gonna come down, we're gonna link up and do an interview. So I think it was either last year or the year before that, I went down to his city, and he showed me love, man. He made sure I had somewhere to stay and took me around the city, and we had a good time, man. So I appreciate him for that. And then this year we was at he went to South, he graduated from South Carolina State, so I was doing some work with the football team, so went down there this year, and we linked up again, and after the game, we went to the alumni party with him or whatever, and we had a good time. But every time we link up, though, man, Courtney always showed me love, so I had to bring her back again.
Big bulldog stuff, man. I appreciate you always being on top of it. Keep it word, man. I got to put on the way you're supposed to.
Oh yeah. Let me hold on. That might be a little bit better. Yeah. Well, yeah.
You can hear me good?
Yeah, we good. I just try to make it so everybody can see you on the screen. But I appreciate you, man, for always showing love, though, for real. I mean that. But
No doubt, like words.
so for you this year, like, what did you think about 2023 in hip hop?
Watered down. To be honest with you, low key trash until Drake came out here.
He like that for all the dogs.
I can't even put no cut on it, man. they'll make you go find somebody, man. They'll make you find some underground artists to get used to, because the labels ain't really, pushing, or the artists ain't pushing what they do back in the day. I'm really big on, just movement and vibes, and you know what I'm saying. Like, I come from that Master P era, that No Limit era. But then we got back to it was what PNC and P and Yo Gotti was doing with CMG and QC the label. So you don't really got movements like that no more. It's gonna affect the whole game. You got so many artists that's touching different genres: Detroit, Florida, New York. You got Atlanta, big Cali. So when you got somebody bringing everybody into their labeling campaign to make the movement even more bigger, because you got a lot of different cultures interacting. So I ain't seen that happen yet. So I ain't really impressed with 2023, to be honest.
Yeah, that's respect. That's real. So other I know you said Drake, but other than Drake, what other albums did you like this year, if any?
I like that Rollo album was dope. A long time coming. Baby sat on that boy. He been hot for a minute.
Yes, sir.
And it was good to see him get his due. When he dropped his, he had a good reception. I felt like that was dope. Killer Mike put one on for the era.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He brought a lot of game. He brought a lot of, he brought a lot of feelings to the game when he dropped that one. I gotta go with Rod Wave, of course. Nostalgia was good. That mental health was great. It's always good to hear him. You know what I mean? Spill out on the mental health side and, get your feelings out for the boys who it's tough to talk to these women. And I'm gonna have to say Gunna, man. Gunna came back with this.
Exactly. Folks. I agree.
Folks.
I agree. Y'all got any question for Courtney?
I heard him mention Rollo. So what you feel about Lil Baby's place in hip hop this year?
Lil Baby's place in hip this year. Did his album dropped last year, or was it this year?
Baby's dropped last year.
He dropped a couple songs this year though. Dropped a couple songs this year.
So he got out the way and let Rollo do what he was supposed to do. Rollo been hot since Valentine. I remember the single he dropped, Valentine. It was his turn then.
Yeah.
So, but like labels say, his artists make $3 million a year without a label, so it's hard to bother him when he paying you already.
That's right.
So
That's right.
Baby really a boss. Baby really a boss up on the P in the game. Man. He's just really soaking it up and making sure when he do drop that label, that big label deal, he gonna be another Baby or Peake. You know what I mean? If they're not gonna sell the label, whatever he gonna call it.
Yeah.
So,
I pray he ain't another
Baby. Place in the game as a facilitator, man. It's just like Jay-Z. When you get big enough, you bring in other artists, they'll just take your place. You know what I mean? And they'll never take your place because your style is nostalgic. We heard you for years. We like your flow. You always come with something new. You stamp in the game, but at the same time, if you co-sign an artist, we're gonna listen to it.
Right.
So that's pretty much his place in the game.
Okay. Like
early too, like he doing it early.
I got a quote. You had something?
Yeah, I was gonna say like, I feel like Baby falling off.
I feel like
even I ain't like the last album was a little shaky to me.
The last album felt like it was just scraps from the first album, and it felt like when we talking about people that's gonna be here for a while, like we talking about Drake. You listen to Drake album, Drake trying out different flows. Baby got the same flow on everything. Then Gunna dropped and he sound like Baby's father. You know what I'm saying? Like he sound like that's what he got he on that bloodline from Gunna, but I just feel like he falling off, man, and like maybe he can hand it off to Rollo, but you don't want to hand something off to somebody and you easily forgettable.
Right. Yeah. I wouldn't say falling off.
Billion streams on the freestyle he did back 5 years ago.
We talking about 5 years ago though.
Huh?
I said we talking about 5 years ago though.
Yeah, but that's the staying in the game.
Drake drop every year.
Drake drop every year, but Drake got different fan bases. Drake go to Canada and he come back and go to the Philippines, and he touch a lot of different people. He's not just a black artist. That's the other part we be shitting on Baby about. He's just a black artist and he's touching pop, hip hop, Jimmy Kimmel, doing all that early, and even going back from some of the collabs he did with Drake. He ate them boys back then. We talking about a young Baby.
Now he did the record he did on Scary Out the first one. When Baby was on it, Baby got off on that record with Drake.
Which one?
On Scary Hours, he did a song. What was it called? Wants and Needs or something?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wants and Easy.
Yeah.
He had the hardest verse on there.
Yeah, he
And
snapped
was
on
a
there.
young baby,
Yeah,
like,
he.
I don't know,
come
man.
on.
That was the first I was like, okay, baby.
Competition ain't there for real.
I was like, yeah, baby,
Like-
different right there. He snapped on
Yeah,
there.
Wants and Easy went crazy.
Yeah.
And
Easy went
some
crazy on
pieces
Wants
he
and Easy.
did that on when the boy stepped on there. So when I'm saying baby evolving, he's going more into business. To be honest with you, yeah, the last album could say it's scraps from other old albums, but Carolina Breeze still it. Forever still what it was. Forever still it with Black on. Friday on there.
I mean, he had some tough records on the last album.
On
I just felt
my
like-
turn, right?
No,
Yeah.
I'm talking about what's the album he dropped last year?
Last year, I know you talking about.
Not my turn.
Only me.
Only
Me,
me.
yeah.
Yeah.
He had some tough records on it. I definitely felt like My Turn was a better album though.
Yeah, my turn
Yeah,
definitely
My
was.
Turn was a better album, but when you start saying forgot about, he'll never be forgot about.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
That a lot of rappers don't do.
Yeah, I wouldn't say forgot about. Reason I asked you about where you think his place is because it's something about Rollo, it's something about Huncho that I think people are really, really gravitating to, and I don't feel like Baby giving us that feeling no more. You feel me? That's all. That's why I asked that.
And you say Huncho, right? You talking about my buddy with the for her album that just dropped?
Yeah, he sound like
That's on my list for new vibes right there.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like him.
And that's what I'm finna say. That's gonna be the next sound right there.
Yeah.
Because that's something that people gravitating towards, the melodicness of it.
Yes.
And, kicking some real on it.
Yeah, and there's several artists that's coming out sounding like this Rollo, this Huncho type vibe, and I'm like, I think that's what Lil Baby once was, and we got some derivatives of Lil Baby during, you know what I'm saying, the last couple years, but I asked about right now because I feel like consumers are gravitating towards that. They got, I don't know, go ahead.
Not to cut you off, I'm sorry, but consumers are finicky. They're not real fans.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've been talking
They
about
just
that.
gonna take what's hot now and go.
that's right. That's right.
You know what I mean? They'll be on something new tomorrow. We talking about staying in the game though. Rollo got staying in the game. I give him that. Huncho, I'm eager to see it. I mean, it sounds good. It's dope. Can we hear that for 5 years straight?
Right,
Or is
yeah.
it going to deprive into something new and better?
Right.
Or is it going to stay the same? That's why a lot of artists fall off. The derivatives of them don't move better. It stays the same most of the time.
Okay, but listen,
That's mundane and boring.
listen though. What you just said is exactly what Baby doing.
What?
What?
What you said? You said they don't do nothing and they fall off. Like it's just the same thing. That's exactly what Baby doing.
That's opinionated. I mean, go back from when he started to now, and it sounds totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, the second album sounded like the first one. I like Baby though. Like I
like
when it came out, I listened to it at midnight and everything. But I'm like, man,
I'm waiting on Baby.
yeah. But it's like
I get
it sound like the deluxe edition of.
out of an artist that's already established. I mean, sometimes when shit work, I ain't trying to change nothing. They
Right.
still coming to see me, getting $1 million a show, 900,000 a show. What for? What? I'm not tripping on that. But again, we're not talking about the market value of it all. We're just talking about the consumer side. I get that.
Right. That's
I
exactly
get
right.
that. I get that. So you, as a consumer that likes music and want to hear all the aspects of an artist, I get that. I mean, he gonna. I would say he'll sing for you. He'll get melodic for you. He'll rap for you. He performs more than what we used to with Gucci Mane on the stage.
Facts. Yeah.
So you get a little more out of that too. So in all facets of the game, I feel like he's sustainable. I don't think he'll go nowhere.
Right. Yeah, he got a new single called "Crazy" out too. Check that out. It's cool. It's cool.
Crazy
It's cool.
is cool. We got another one too, On Time or something like that.
Yeah.
So let me ask y'all this. So basically for like the past 10 plus years or so, everybody's saying the big three was Kendrick, Cole, and Drake. So who is like the next big three, like after Kendrick, Cole, and Drake? Is Baby gonna be in there, or is there anybody else y'all heard right now that would be y'all would be considering like is in that next big three?
I'm gonna be real.
I mean,
Cole and
I really don't even get into that because it's too vast of a conversation.
Yeah.
All depending on what you like. But if you still looking at the game now, you still talking about Kendrick, Cole, and Drake. You got Future, you got Baby, and I mean you can probably throw somebody else in there, but it's still gonna be that same sound.
Yeah.
You know
I don't see nobody right now. That's what he said. It's so vast, and artists come out so quick now.
Yeah.
I don't
There's
see.
nobody who may staying in the game big enough to impact not this year, not the last 5 years, because we still talking about the same names.
Yeah, facts.
You know, you really, you know, it came from what Pac, Big, and Jay, and now we finally got Kendrick, Drake.
Yo, we skipped Kanye and 50. What? Kanye and 50, like they had their era too. Like Tilt,
Talking about since Tupac, Biggie.
Yeah, it was Kanye, 50, Tilt. Like they had their era, you know. And then Wayne was in it. Wayne's still going.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but I don't see nobody coming in having
for this one, like you said, music ain't. It ain't CDs and tapes no more. You don't get an album a year no more. You get 4, 5 of them from one person just about.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I mean, it's so vast, and then you know, with so many people coming in every day, you can have a pop song or drop a single, and they'll run you. You know, you'll run you all the way to the year, like Sexy Red. Like you ain't got to hear album. You take singles and run with it.
Why is it like that? Why is it like that in hip hop though?
What?
Like what he just said.
It's industry, man. We everybody want to be a trendsetter. You know, they out with the old and with the new every year or every 6 months.
It's really urban culture in general.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't know, man.
Everybody want the microwave food.
Yeah.
What a soul food though. What a real food.
Yeah.
I'm tired of eating. What's them Tostinos pizzas? You know what I'm saying? Like
the reals. I feel that. I'm with all that, man. I don't know, like, and real quick, like while I'm on my little list of talking about people, like he said, Honcho, like another 2 artists that kind of, like you said, that's soul food for me right now. If y'all listen to Friday,
I love it.
The guy that was on God did, kind of like a lot of R&B dude. His album was dope. And Shorty got out of Baltimore, did a collab with Murder Beats and Memory Lane 2. If y'all ain't check that out, that's a dope vibe too. Okay. So all that I feel like is next. Just with, you know, what's going on. Big X the plug. I feel like we finally got our down south Big. He popped that shit.
Okay.
You got, and also from South Carolina, man, you got Trap Dicky. He just shoot the game up with that Blue Devil first time.
I like it. And from the first time I heard it, I felt like he had something.
He got notable attention. He got Offset them tweeting him. He got Snoop Dogg retweeting him. Like he's finna be next.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that early when he first dropped it. I said he got something. It was received well, and he kept doing plays on it like it was a freestyle. But he done did so many different things. They just dropped the video.
He got Ocean with it.
Yeah.
TikTok finally dropped the video with it.
Yeah.
He continued to put it on different avenues. So he's not letting it die. It's his one. He got to work the move with it though.
Yeah.
He got to take that from the, from the street to the industry with it.
Yeah, I agree.
But he next though. He gonna be good. He gonna put on for Carolina too.
Trap Dicky.
Yeah. I got a couple more questions for you before we get out of here. Did you get a chance to like look at the list for the projects of some of the projects from the past 5 years?
Yeah, man, I did, man. I was trying to think of some stuff that you guys kind of missed. Y'all kind of hit everything I listened to in the last 5 years.
Okay.
If it was something that was fly by night, here today, gone tomorrow.
I was gonna say we gonna shortly we gonna do a list where we put together some like a top 10 list. But did you have like a favorite 1 or 2 projects that you saw on the list that stuck out to you over the past 5 years?
Oh come on, yeah, for definitely that Nipsey Hussle album, man, for sure. I wrote that for a while. I still go back and reminisce on that. Always gonna be a Rod Wave fan. That what was it? It came out 2019.
Ghetto Gospel.
Ghetto Gospel. Yeah, Ghetto Gospel was hard. Yeah.
That's one of the ones. Pull up your list real quick.
Yeah, definitely Victory Lap.
Yeah, Victory Lap for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Meek Mills, I mess with Champions. Champions was good as well. Put together was right on time when they won the championship.
Yeah. I felt like that might have been that might have been his best album to me. Like post prison release. I feel like that might have been his best album.
What year did Call Me When You Get Lost come out?
2021.
That's on here?
Yeah, I might not have had that on.
It's on there.
Okay, yeah, it's the first one on there. I missed that one. Call Me When You Get Lost was definitely dope. Different.
When you get lost, I tried to listen to it, man. It was still new to me. It's the rap be the rap, but like just some of the beats and the interludes and cadences, I kind of lose me a little bit.
Yeah.
But
It be some weird shit going on.
The ESTG was it. It was big in 2021.
Yeah, that was big.
Of course, Pooh Shiesty.
Yeah.
You can't sleep on Pooh. He shook the game. He was like the newest thing for 2021.
Man, I just hate that he didn't get to have because he kept getting did certain situations. Like he didn't even get to
Yeah,
see
he
his
wasn't- he
career
that
blossom. But
Yeah, certified lover boy, of course.
yeah, now that Drake album I did like for real, certified lover boy.
Donda
Yes,
was dope. I'm
yes.
still a Kanye fan. Donda was dope.
Yeah, CLB was definitely hard.
And we definitely got to show love to Nick Grant too. South Carolina, another South Carolina product, man. He dropped a solid project this year, Sunday Dinner. I know a lot of people, slept on Nick Grant, but Nick Grant definitely dope as well. But
I gotta check him out.
Yeah.
Check him out.
But yeah, it's definitely a lot of projects that I like. But Nipsey Hussle definitely was, Victory Lap definitely for me was probably my
Yeah, that's
favorite project.
Forever revisit that one. Right there. Just,
Yeah.
Again, a movement. Like I talked about movements, he shook everybody with that, and his death made it bigger. I hate to say.
Yep.
So he, and even out of the rap thing, he kind of brought entrepreneurship in the forefront.
For sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
Who was in the street?
Mhm.
Like, we probably didn't go about it from college or being around businessmen, but he took the street guy and kind of pushed him towards entrepreneurship, from Bitcoin into open your own stores, the product into
Right.
a lot of different things, man. So even when you go back and visit that, man, it's a whole nostalgia around that about entrepreneurship and getting money and being
It
a
is.
boss type of thing.
That's why it stick out to me, because 2018 was actually when I first, started, doing my own thing, and Victory Lap was kind of like that blueprint album to me. It's just as far as like
what?
entrepreneurship and empowering your people, man.
Like
So
what?
that's definitely why Victory Lap was probably one of my number one album over the past 5 years, honestly.
Hey, let me ask y'all
What's up?
something. Ain't nobody mentioned Travis Scott Astro World. Is this dude bigger than rap, or is it just we don't like rap? We don't like this album.
It's not culture. You know what I mean? We know it exists. It's going on. You know what I mean? It's a whole nother world that it's for them. I like Travis,
Yeah.
but Travis ain't.
I listen to
I don't
him, but
he don't
ain't
resonate with me.
Yeah, me either. Yeah, exactly.
That boy a superstar though.
Nah,
He
he is.
You know-
Talking about in the box, it's a place for the weirdos. You know what
Facts,
I mean?
nah.
When
I ain't
say
gonna call them
weirdos,
folks
I'm like,
weirdos, man.
His
I
production,
ain't gonna
his
say
production be
that. 'Cause I
fire.
listen to it and I'm like, hey, bro, that album. I like hearing Astro World in the gym. Like, not even on no weirdo stuff. It's just like it's a dope project to
Right.
me. You know what
When I
I'm
say
saying?
weirdos, bro, I'm not bad.
No. Yeah, I
Right.
get you.
At the same time, traditional culture,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
where we come from,
Yeah.
drug dealing and all that.
Right.
When you start talking about Astro World, it's something beyond, just some rave and stuff. It's like Uzi Vert. Like, he's in
Yeah.
a whole nother world, too. But it doesn't derive from the direct culture of where we came from.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
most of us, I can't say we.
Right. Yeah.
So how come when them boys drop, they sell so much though?
Because it's
Again?
again culture. You know what I'm saying?
But why we don't buy music?
Because we buy what we feel connected to. You know what I mean? Like niggas gonna spend that money when their favorite rapper come to the
gotta
club
stop that.
where we from. You
Yeah.
feel me?
Gotta stop
Because
that, man.
it resonate with them. I'm saying like, but I go to festivals or Rolling Loud and all of these different concerts and stuff like that. You'd be surprised. I mean, you go
Yeah.
to concerts.
Yeah.
Everybody that's buying them tickets don't look like us.
For
You
sure.
feel me? So it's a whole
sure.
different world when you in a different tier. So
Yeah.
I gotta acknowledge Travis is big. He's a huge
Yeah.
artist, but he ain't a cultural artist. So we ain't the ones putting the dollars towards his campaign.
Right.
Even if we support it, we ain't the ones giving our direct dollars to Travis.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Mm.
I like the way you put that, too. I thought about that, but I like the way you put that. That was definitely correct. I second that.
Courtney, before we let you go, you got any personal goals that you can share that you looking forward to heading into 2024?
Oh, man, 2024. No, man, continue pushing this campaign, man. Working on another city out here, so I'm closer to Columbia now, coming out of Atlanta.
Okay.
I'm building a network in another city. I got some connection to radio stations and, spinning this music, pushing this merch. Just trying to, continue to better the brand, better me, better the brand. Evolving a little bit. I've been on the Lover Boy stuff, like, got a girl in my life now, so I'm trying to see where that's going to take me for creative, my art, and all that good stuff, so. Just always getting better, always pushing for the next.
My dog. Hey, before we get out of here, can you tell everybody how to find you on social media so we can stay in
Most
touch?
definitely, man. Find me on Facebook, Courtney J. Green, You can find me on Facebook also, Stay Fed Apparel, Stay Fed Production on Instagram, Mr. 2653 on Instagram, TikTok, Courtney J. Green, man. Also got another tape probably dropping top of this year, man. Stay Fed Volume 4, Badass Ray Ray. It's gonna be something dope. I sent you a snippet, so you let them boys hear it and y'all give me some feedback.
Okay.
When you get time.
Okay.
What's that Instagram, Mr. What?
Mr. 2653.
26.
2653.
Alright,
MR 2653.
Oh, I got you.
I appreciate you, man. We gotta find a way to get you up here. I know I hit you last minute about the round table, man, but next year we definitely gonna have to get you up here for real.
Got to, supposed to, man. And if it don't, man, I don't mind this right here, bro. It's convenient and work out. Most definitely gonna link, man.
Always, but like I said, dog, I appreciate you always showing me love when I come down your way, man. And you know next year we're gonna do the same thing again.
You know what? Got to, man. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all having me, man.
Oh, yeah,
Always.
man.
All right.
Hold it
I'll
down,
help you
brother.
later.
All right.
So that was Courtney Green. That's my dog right there, man. Like I said, I met him at CIAA a couple years ago, well, about 3 years ago now, doing the Source magazine.
He an artist.
Yeah, he an artist. He had an artist at the time that he was promoting, and I think something happened, and then he kind of like took front seat. And he started, working the music. He got the merch and everything. So. Well, yeah, he definitely got a solid movement going around. We got one more caller. We're going to try to see if we can catch him as well. But just hearing some of the stuff that he was talking about as far as like music-wise, what was some of y'all thoughts as far as like his opinion on on hip-hop and where it's at right now?
Man, we are too one-dimensional in hip-hop. Like, we have got to stop, man. Like we was talking about the Travis thing, and I'm thinking, like, yeah, he got his own crowd. But why when Drake dropped, Travis on here? Why when the other people drop Travis on here? Like, are they just shooting for that crowd? Or is it just like he just in a whole nother bracket? Like we were just talking about, you know what I'm saying? And it's just weird to me, man, because it's like, like when you talk about Cardi B album either. And like Cardi
Talking about from 2018.
yeah, like
amazing.
we talked about a lot of albums, you know what I'm saying? But like, it's like if you efficient enough to you drop 10 songs, all of them go platinum. You ain't got to do that for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Or now do we look like, oh man, Cardi just up here and we don't rock with it no more? Like we don't give people respect when they hit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When they hit and they up there and they on another level, it's like we lose respect for them, or we just be like, cause that's hard to do.
So maybe consumers.
It's like the LeBron effect.
It's hard to support what you can't touch. Maybe
it's
you
the
feel me?
LeBron effect. LeBron went to the finals for 10 years. He went 10 years straight. Folks started saying he was sorry.
Yeah.
Like what? Or it's just in the East.
It's because he's still playing. We ain't gonna respect, and I say we. As a whole, we ain't gonna respect LeBron till he retires. And we get to see everything he did in his entirety.
That man been consistently the best player in the league 20 years.
Yeah, so it's hard to appreciate something that you get to see, and deal with every day.
But that's crazy.
Nah, I feel you. I agree.
What's going on?
I agree.
What's going on?
We can't see you, but you good right now?
Yeah, I'm in the car.
You need to call back?
Yeah. I'm headed from the cutting ahead.
Okay, just if you get a chance before we wrap it up, just try to shoot us a call if you can.
Okay, I got you.
All right. That was that's Smooth. His name Courtney. I actually met him 3 years ago at CIAA as well when I was doing some work with the Source. He was actually last year. I went to we were in Birmingham. I stayed connected with him. Told him we was gonna come his way do some interviews, and he connected us with GMF Fat Boy and Big Yavo. And at the time, I remember Peake, you had said something like, when I posted that, he was like, man, Yavo moving. I ain't even know like how big of an artist Yavo was down here in the South, but he do a lot of shows, down in Myrtle Beach and different places around here. But he connected us with Yavo and GMF Fat Boy and a bunch of other entrepreneurs. But Smooth, definitely good people. If we had time, we'll try to get him back on. But let's go ahead and try to put together a top 10. We all gonna make one list together. Projects from the past 5 years.
Okay.
Some projects that y'all think should go that belong on the list for the Cross Line Podcast 5-year anniversary. some albums that y'all feel like belong. I'll go ahead and say, to me, Victory Lap definitely one.
Yeah, I gotta put Victory Lap on there.
Man, I'm going with Cardi. I don't care what y'all
I gotta
say.
star. I gotta star beside Cardi. But I mean, what you saying is real. I
She
mean,
had a good album.
when the album dropped,
Yeah.
me and my family, we listened to it
Yeah,
coming from Orlando, and I said it, bro. It was huge,
Yeah.
and I don't think it's that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that say a lot for Cardi to not have dropped the album since this album,
Right.
and for her to still be in the conversation and relevant. You know what I mean? So is the album simply for the fan that want an album, or like what, or is it defining your
It wasn't about no lyrics. It wasn't about that rap. The rap's like her rap skill.
you talking about on that album?
Yeah, I'm saying it was, but she had hits.
Yeah, she had hits.
Yeah,
she had hits.
You know, so it's
She
like
had some hits.
And since then, though, I mean, think about how many hits Cardi B done been a part of since
Exactly.
2018
But I think
with
that's
no
what,
album.
I think that's what helped her stay relevant too.
It
as far as,
is,
like,
yeah.
Cause she don't mind hopping on the album with like an up and coming artist as well,
Right.
Or anybody. But
Yeah.
when she get on it, like she snap. Like when she get on,
Yeah,
when
she
she get on
she
record.
been consistently in the
But is
conversation.
that good for hip hop to be able to drop an album and not been able to drop an album in 5 years?
I mean, I don't think I don't think it's bad for hip hop, because back then that's how it used to be.
Man.
Like, cats would go missing and drop. They had 3 albums in 10 years. You know what I'm saying? It's
But
Andre 3000 lived off features for 20 years. Kept his name alive for 20 years off features.
No album.
He still ain't got a solo album, except for the flute. I want to hear.
he still had other projects. I mean, he did projects
Yeah.
with Big Boy, whatever. But Cardi only had one album. That's it.
Yeah, Lauryn Hill. I ain't saying she on Lauryn Hill level,
But
but
she
I know
was in
what
a
you
group
mean.
too, though.
yeah, you know.
But Cardi just one album.
Yeah.
That's
it. I got what you're
That's
saying.
that's the only thing.
One album in total. That's it.
That's it.
In a
Like,
time where
nothing
people
else.
dropping 2 to 3 albums a year just to keep their name relevant. Like we just talked about, it ain't about the music no more. But if you make it about the music, now we ain't gonna rock with you no more.
Yeah. See, Cardi got influence. Cardi
She
came
do.
in
She
at the
got-
right
she got huge
time. A
influence.
lot of stuff was changing in hip hop, social media, culture, and Cardi came
Yeah.
in and she gave the game a whole different, different tone. So
Yeah.
So we put Cardi on the list in the top 10.
yeah, I'm with Nipsey, and I'll put Cardi, cause bro, that's big. Bro.
Even if she
That's
ain't, she an
big.
honorable mention.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
that's big. That's just big, bro.
I'll give her maybe not number 2 on the list, but as far
Yeah.
as
She
top
on
10
there.
project, she on the list. I mean, and we don't have a particular order, but
Yeah.
I put Cardi on there.
Okay, I got to see Scorpion's track list right quick. You know what I'm saying?
But had Michael Jackson on that album. That's the one with Happy Birthday and what's
Nah,
Y'all remember that? We
Non-stop
still
guys
got
playing.
we still
Yeah.
got
Yeah, we got
19,
yeah.
21, 22,
Yeah.
20.
I put a sad face beside the baby because, man,
on
Yeah.
on Baby.
I mean, Baby on Baby and Kurt, it was like he was going.
He was
And then he said them words, and they were like, "Hey, bro,
That was it.
we about to take your money from
was
you."
it.
You know what I'm saying?
That
Like,
was it.
can't
I'm
go against
gonna go ahead. I know I'm skipping, but I'll go ahead and put Killer Mike on here too.
Yeah,
Me
all right.
personally, I think Killer Mike probably, but for me, probably after Victory Lap, it probably was my second favorite album, just because of like what he was speaking about, man, and I just like the way it flowed, everything about it. To me. Behind Victory Lap, that's probably like my second favorite album.
Well, I gotta add Roddy, because we cannot forget
He had
what
a moment.
Roddy had going on in
that was
2019. He was really on fire, and it was a lot of great songs on that
There
album.
was.
You know,
So we got Roddy on there as well. So that's 4.
man.
And we put Roddy on there. That's 4.
I don't see nobody else from 19 besides Roddy.
19.
J Electronica.
Hey man, I just want to say, I'm on this. I'm gonna stay on this Travis train. This dude was nominated for. He was nominated for Hip Hop Album of the Year, and Cardi beat him, and it was bull. But looking back, she had a good year. I ain't saying he deserved to be on the list, but respect to Travis Scott.
Yeah,
man.
Astro World was dope.
Word.
It was dope though.
I'm gonna tell y'all an album that's a sleeper for me. the Game Born to Rap.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he
Man.
rapped his ass off on that.
Man, Game was snapping. That's just me personally. Like my own personal list,
Yeah.
I would put Born to Rap on there, but we gonna go.
See,
through
that's
here.
why I'm trying not to put too many or say, cause like
just-
me, I like Forever Story by Jid.
That was a good album.
Like that album was
That
fire.
was a good album.
And Jid is going viral now off a song that was on the Forever Story. Everybody doing the challenge where they putting the phone up.
Still in
Man, that song been out almost 2-3
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, it
So,
was it was one of the best albums. That came out, was it last year?
Yeah,
It came out last year, but that
Last year.
song been out for a long
Yeah.
time.
So y'all, I mean, we can put it on there. Y'all want to put
Man,
JID on there?
I ain't gonna be opposed. So we at what 5? Well,
Well, we
you
got
got,
four.
Peake?
4.
Who you got, man?
See, I agree with y'all, man. I definitely think Gunna deserve to be on there.
One or
Yeah, I was thinking like the gift and the curse.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was like
Yeah, like
one.
that.
That's one.
I'm gonna hold off on Gunna. That album, for me personally, it was one of the best ones this year. But so far we got Victory Lap, we got Cardi B, Invasion Prophecy, Killer Mike, we got JID. So that's 4. I know Roddy Ricch was.
Mine, but it's collective.
Right.
So if y'all don't feel like it,
Nah, hey, he had a moment.
Roddy Ricch had a big album,
yeah,
especially if you talk about the one I think you talk about.
yeah, the one that had the box on
Yeah.
it.
High
Yeah.
fashion and all that
we
on
can, we
there.
can put that.
You
Alright.
fucked me up with that.
Yeah.
High
That was
fashion,
my
yeah.
song,
That
bro.
song feels so good.
All right, so we got 5. We'll put Roddy Ricch on here.
Okay, so 5, and I mean, my turn to me was huge.
Yeah,
that was a moment.
I would put my turn on
Yeah,
there.
that was his
Troop. Yeah,
Man,
I mean, we ain't
No,
gotta
my
put it-
turn.
hey,
I like my turn.
hey man, I'm a baby fan. He gotta change.
Just that one. I'm just saying, that one particular
that
album.
project,
though.
yeah, for sure.
Just that one album.
For sure, yeah.
Do we put my turn on here?
Yeah,
I
one of
would
my
put it
favorite
on that,
albums
me
for the
personally.
last 5 years. That's
Yeah.
one of my favorite.
You like
albums.
my turn?
Yeah, it was great.
You sound like you
It
don't
was
sound like
alright.
you sold on.
I like Baby, but I ain't gonna lie. Like I just
Not-
be
not the last
sliding around
album you
listening to
dropped.
him.
Not the last time, but my turn.
I mean, if y'all say he supposed to be on there, I go with what y'all say.
My turn. He had a lot. My turn solidified him.
He had a good album. That was a good album. I give you that.
So we
But man.
So we'll hold off on my turn.
Okay,
then.
question mark beside my turn.
I think one of Drake's projects need to be on there.
yeah.
I'm not sure which one.
CLB was the best one to me. Well, out of these,
Yeah.
out of this.
I like the him and 21 Savage project. Ain't gonna lie,
Oh
man.
yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that one.
I Was in Silence, probably one of the best Drake songs I've heard in a long time.
Yeah.
Like that song was crazy. I ain't gonna lie, that little techno album, man, you slide to the beach or something, you turn that album
ain't
on,
bad.
It ain't bad.
It
You
just
can't listen to it in your room.
it's just not for us. You feel me?
But say if that ain't your lane,
yeah,
nah, you ain't
I
gonna
still
do it.
listened to it and was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I see what he's
This
doing.
ain't that, and he dropped that album right before Beyonce.
Yeah.
So the sound of
Yeah.
Beyonce album, I ain't saying that Drake influenced her,
Yeah.
but it's like he knew
say that
what
though,
was
yeah.
going on. You
Yeah.
feel me? Like he dropped that, and her album had a lot of sound,
Yeah.
similar sounds that Drake had on his.
Yeah, cause her lead single was the It had that house sound to it.
Yeah. Break My Soul.
Break My Soul
yeah,
joint.
yeah,
Yeah.
Facts,
So we
facts.
putting Drake and 21 on here.
One of his albums. I'm not sure
I
which
like For
album.
All the Dogs too, though, man.
Yeah.
I like it for all the dogs.
See, I
CLB
like
was fire
CLB
too, though.
too.
CLB was fire too.
CLB.
I give him that. I give him that.
Yeah, I like CLB and
I'm a Drake fan, man. I can't
me
even
too,
lie to you.
man. They hate on Drake.
Scorpion
but
was
I-
fire to me a little
I
bit.
like Scorpion too, but when I looked at the track list, it just wasn't. It wasn't as many on Scorpion as I thought, but he had a lot of big songs, nonstop.
I got you.
CLB has some joints on there, man, and
I'll put CLB.
that's just me though. That's me.
I'm gonna say this too. We could say all these about all these albums, but there's one album on here that did something that nobody did in real time,
Who?
and that's Donda. He made an album, had 5 or 6 rehearsals for the album in front of us
Right.
live.
He did. yeah.
Recorded. He had a recording of him on Apple Music for 24 hours streaming. He did this. He performed. He had all these big moments around his album about his mama. He had his mama talking throughout the album. The album was fire. I ain't gonna say it was fire. It was one of the best Kanye albums in a minute.
Right.
But he did something that was so different. I don't think he get. I don't know, man.
I got Donda on mine because it was like you said, it was a big moment.
It was different.
Everything that came, the Sunday services and all that stuff like that. You know, it was. I like it.
But he just a weird dude.
So Donda at number 6.
So did Jid make it or no?
Yeah. So
Jid
I got
made it.
Victory Lap. We got.
And we're gonna have
Cardi
Jid on
B.
there. How we? Yeah.
You got Killer Mike,
Right.
Michael.
Yeah.
I got Jid. At number 4.
Yeah.
Roddy Ricch 5. Is Roddy Ricch staying?
Donda better than a few of them albums.
Please excuse me for being antisocial like that.
It was
I got
hard.
it 'cause
Yeah.
it was a
hard.
moment, and bro, there's so many good songs on that album.
There's a lot of good songs on there.
I like it.
What y'all think about Kendrick, man?
Which one?
Mr. Morale.
Yeah, I
And
think
the
it was a
bitch-
big moment, and yeah, I like Mr. Morale.
I thought it was a pretty good, solid album. What
Yeah,
about you,
solid.
Troop? I see you looking.
I like the album, but for me personally, to me it's not one I'm gonna just go back and just play all the time.
It
But
ain't
was
down. You know,
I
like
like Damn. I like
No, it's
Damn.
not Good Kid.
It ain't Good Kid, Mad City. I
Yeah.
like the Good Kid, Mad City. That's my favorite.
But yeah, I like that album, and like it was hip hop album of the year. Not that the Grammys mean anything, they should. Like I feel like we the only genre that be like, man, the Grammys don't mean that. I ain't submitting. Man, you better we should show them who we are. Like show them our music really like that.
I like Kendrick for this, bro.
So we put Kendrick on here.
How many we at though? Damn.
I got 5. I wrote down 5 on the list right now. Victory Lap. We got Cardi B, Killer Mike, Jid at 4, Roddy Ricch at 5.
So Donda question mark. Was we putting Donda?
If y'all want to put Donda on here, we can put it.
If
on
we
there.
talking about these albums that we putting down right now, Donda did something that all them albums didn't do. Like
I think Donda need to be on.
Yes.
Like
Put Donda.
Donda,
Yeah.
I think, and I ain't saying the Jid.
I went
ain't-
crazy about Donda,
yeah.
but if y'all like it, hey, we can.
I like Donda over Jid.
I like the deluxe version of Donda. Like if you listen to the deluxe version when he got 3 stats on there and like it seemed like more like a Kanye handle album. Like even the direction of it, like you got Hurricane, you got No More Parties in LA and all them songs. Like in the first 10 songs, if he had just left it there, it would have been one of his best projects in probably in the last 15 years for Kanye.
So we put Donda. We put Donda.
Well, I'm a Kanye
at
fan.
6.
That's why I'm trying not to. You know what
Donda
I'm
at
saying?
6.
I think Donda was a good album. I ain't gonna say I listened to it like that, but I can hear music and know it's good.
Right.
Even if I don't sit around and listen to
Right,
it.
right.
And I ain't gonna lie, Kanye put a lot of effort into
Donda
that.
will be number 6.
Okay.
Donda number. Hey.
And my boy on there. That's what Kanye
We
that's dope for you, boy.
You still got Daytona, Pusha T.
Yeah.
I like Meek Mill Championships. That was a good album to me. That was Meek's best album. Just going
What
through.
y'all
the
gonna do with
list.
the Baby album? We still got a question
The
mark.
Baby?
Which one?
No,
No,
Lil Baby. I mean,
Lil Baby.
My turn.
I would put My Turn on there. I would. I like My Turn. But just going through the list, man, I think we got to put Nas on here too.
Which one?
At least one on, cause he been putting
to
in
me,
work.
going crazy.
The best 2 projects he had with Hit Boy was, to me, I like Magic and King's Disease too.
yeah.
And I like the first King's Disease as well.
Which one got the gold bars on the front of it?
That's
King?
3.
That's 3.
That's 3.
I like
Man, Magic was hard.
I like
We
Magic.
got to throw one of them
Magic
Nas joints on
Magic
there.
2 is hard too, though.
Magic, yeah.
Magic 2 is hard. But
Going back to 2018 too. 21 Savage went crazy on that album.
21 Savage ain't lit up since
Since then.
Is that the album with a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good
Yeah,
album.
he ain't stopped since then either. So yeah, he been very consistent.
I ain't saying he need to be on the list, but yeah.
He surprised me with that Drake album. I ain't expect it
Hey,
to sound like that.
I like Freddie Gibbs' album last year. So Separate.
Yeah. I like Alfredo.
Freddie
I
Gibbs
like
a good
Larry
artist.
June album that came out this year. I wrote it down. The Great Escape, the one he had with the Alchemist.
Yeah, that was good.
Fire.
Yeah,
you
that
know.
was hard. That,
Right.
Him and the Alchemist was a nice
Word,
matrimony.
man.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
man.
So
Shoot, what y'all thought about Ross and Meek Mill?
I ain't crazy about
Ain't nobody check it out.
Meek
I listened to
ain't
it.
saying
It was
what
alright,
I
man.
want to hear
Yeah.
right now. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that's why I said to me, Championship was like his best project. Like
We talking.
after his release from prison, and then help him with the mass incarceration, everything. To me, that was his best album.
I agree.
I wouldn't be mad if we put Championships on the list. I definitely not the album he did with him and Ross, but
Ain't
what
nobody
about
like that album.
Cold Off Season?
KOD.
That's what I was about.
KOD need to be on the.
I can't remember if I put Off Season on.
Yeah,
there.
you
Yeah, off season. Oh yeah, I was just about to ask
But
you
I
about
think
off
KOD
season.
need to be on the list though.
I like Off Season better than KOD.
Man,
Yeah.
Cole
I do.
Cole got to be on the list though, cause he got 2 solid projects, man.
We'll put off season. I think off season.
I like Off Season.
KOD was fire.
I like KOD too, but to me, I like to hear artists. To me, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Like I like to hear because KOD didn't have any features. Off Season did. I feel like this as an artist. Do y'all feel like this part of like a skill set to be able to collab with another artist on the album? Because some people don't fit together.
It make it easier. If you collabing with somebody else throughout an album, like if you pull in the game might have 20 songs and 30 features. You only got one verse. You ain't, and it make it easier that way.
Cole only had on Off Season. He ain't had that many features though.
I'm gonna be real. I do not remember All Season.
That's why I had to look.
I remember Cameron.
He had the
coming on.
song with Moray and
My
21
Life and
Savage.
21.
Oh,
My
yeah,
Life.
yeah.
He had the 95 South where
Yeah.
Cam was on the intro.
Yeah. Oh, that was the one with Amari and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would.
I don't really remember the album like that.
I
I'll
wouldn't
be
put this
real.
album on.
Is it better than KOD?
No.
I think so.
I ain't heard it.
I like this
I can't
album
tell
better
you.
than KOD.
I like the
And
KOD.
don't get me wrong, I like KOD as well. I just like hearing the artist being able to, have features
I got you.
on his projects. That's why I say I like Off Season better.
It may be better than KOD.
You feel like the features like make the album, it give it a different depth, or like
Yeah. I mean, because to me, at times, like, I want to hear somebody else's voice kind of like break up the sound a little
Okay, I
bit.
get
Not
what
just
you're saying.
one consistent artist. Like, I'm not saying you got to have an album loaded with features, but something on there to
Right.
where, like, I just like to have like a different sound from time to time.
That
And
makes
just being
sense.
able to hear you work with another artist, to me, I
Right.
feel like that's like a skill
Different
set.
textures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
I feel that. Game got way too many features on all his albums, for real.
Hey, Boy on the Rap was hard.
Yeah, it was hard.
It was tough.
It was hard.
But you're right though. He be loaded with features.
Man,
He was loaded with features.
he got features. He gonna say somebody's name. He gonna name drop
Oh, yeah.
somebody. Like, I like Game, and I'm a big Game fan. And let me get off of that because he ain't even on the list right now. But
What y'all think about Migos Culture 3?
no,
I liked.
Nope.
I
Nah.
did.
Cuz said
Oh,
no. He said that too
Well,
fast.
put him
Well,
in my top-
I didn't like Culture 3 like that. I like
Culture
Only
2
Built
came
for
out in the
Infinity
time
Links.
frame too. But
I like that
feel
one,
I didn't
Only
like
Built
that
for-
one on here, but-
which one was the one that had 17, 5, same color T-shirt? Who was
Culture.
that? That's the first one.
That's the first
That
one.
wasn't Culture 3 though. That's like back
One on
on.
That's Bad and Bougie.
One on
That
that
was the
Superstar
album.
on it though, like the
Superstar, that's my joint right there.
whoa,
that was
song
hard. I think
boy.
that's Culture
That's
2.
Culture 2, the one,
Yeah,
the
I think
red
that's,
one.
yeah, I think that's Culture 2.
Quavo said niggas don't want no smoke. They pull up with their coochies out. I was like, whoa! Like he was going in on the album.
Oh, that's
man.
one of my favorite songs on the
word,
album.
man.
That song's hard.
But I did like Only Built for Infinity Links when it first came out. Man.
Yeah.
I thought it was dope. I thought Takeoff was shining on it.
He did.
He said some dope shit.
Yeah.
But,
He did.
you know.
I feel like when he passed, unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of killed the momentum.
It
of
did.
that,
It
you
did.
know?
It did.
Because
definitely
it hurt Quavo, and it wasn't like on a Nipsey Hussle thing where it's like the lead. I hate to compare deaths. I hate even talking about this ain't rap. But it's like when Nipsey passed, Nipsey was the leader. If you cut the head of the snake, you know what I'm saying? Now you ain't really got nobody else to speak for you like that. Quavo didn't really pick up that light because that's his nephew.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was there when it happened. Like, that's a whole different situation, but it's like,
Yeah.
that hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and I feel like Quavo kind of, his music ain't really been the same. Like,
I think they was on to something with that Only Built
Yeah.
for Infinity Links.
Yep.
But yeah, Quavo. I mean, he ended up getting that record with Future. Future
Yeah.
saved the record.
yeah, for sure.
Because I mean, the record wasn't without Future.
Nah.
It was not the same. So,
Do you remember Quavo verse? No.
no, I be ready for it to go
Yeah,
off so
yeah.
I can hear Future. Like, straight up,
man,
I like the song.
I like
Yeah.
Quavo verse though.
I like it. I like it, but it ain't doing it for me. I don't rap along.
I'm gonna be real with you though. I like the little remix they be doing on TikTok.
Yeah.
Like not the original
The
version.
mashups joints.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
mashup
yeah.
joint.
I like the
I like
mashups.
that better than the original
Yeah,
version.
I love mashups on them.
Man,
So we still got 1, 2.
We should
got
have 2
4.
more.
her loss. If we don't put this album on here,
Y'all want to put her?
I like her laws. I ain't gonna lie. 21 Savage surprised me.
Yeah, I
man.
like it.
I ain't
I
expect
like
him
it.
to hold his weight
you
like
like it,
that.
but what?
I like it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah,
But you want a full Drake album on the list?
If we go full Drake album, I like CLB.
Drake could have 5 spots on here to be real, 'cause the boy drop every year. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey,
was
that's
tough,
real.
man.
That's real.
the dude said he was gonna retire, and Joe Budden made him mad, and he came back and dropped like an extended version of Scary album.
Hey,
You know what I'm
man,
saying?
it went
Like,
hard.
you know?
Man, I think Daytona was hard, man.
Yeah, for sure. I like that song too.
Daytona. I like. My
It's
Time.
Almost Dry was hard.
Yeah, I
But
like Daytona better. than
Daytona was better,
Dry,
though.
Yeah.
What is the Carters? Is that Hove and Beyonce
Yeah,
together?
Yeah,
That was a good.
I
album.
missed that. I
Word.
don't even know nothing about
There
that.
was-
that
it's
album was-
it's
that album was
it's
hard.
good
And
music
Beyonce was
on
rapping.
that album.
Oh, for real?
Rapping.
That's why Trina said what she said the other
Rapping.
day.
Yeah.
Now, Trina was
Yeah.
being a hater when she didn't have to say that.
Oh, man.
Nah, you a rapper saying that.
Trina whack though.
No, I'm just saying.
I don't hear what she said.
Did you hear the comment? What did she say? She said
said
something.
Beyonce the best
female
rapper.
or something like that.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, but it was like she was almost throwing shade at
Throwing
Nicki.
shade at her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you ain't have to say that. Beyonce does great at rapping, but she ain't the best
She
female
ain't,
rapper.
she ain't even a rapper for
Right,
real,
yeah,
for real.
so
I
I
know,
wouldn't-
I get what you're saying.
Nicki
Yeah, I
got
what
off
you're
on
saying.
that Red Ruby the sleeves or whatever it is, the one that got the that sample on it. She went crazy on this year.
But Nicki has been rapping.
Yeah.
She dropped a bad single last year.
Yeah.
That they was playing over and over, and
What
I didn't
song?
like it. It was like a drill vibe. And it still was kind of straight.
It wasn't a song, Ice Spice, was it?
No. Everything she done did with Ice, I think they done struck gold. But it was like
That Barbie song,
Nicki
trash.
was coming back last year, and she had a song that I didn't really like, and they played it on the radio like crazy.
I know what you're talking about.
I don't
Doom,
remember.
doom, 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 doom. It started off like that, and then, but she was really rapping on some drill.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it too, bro. I know what you're
I don't
talking
remember
about.
the name of it, but I think Nicki she's been rapping her ass off lately.
Yeah. Yeah.
She really have been rapping.
Nicki
Yeah.
top
Rap.
10 rappers. Like,
Oh, yeah.
What you got on your list?
Period. You know.
So I
She
got
can rap.
Victory
Got
Loud,
that one.
Invasion of Privacy,
Got Cardi, Killer Mike.
Killer Mike, Roddy. We got a question mark beside My Turn. We had Jid on there.
I had that.
Question mark beside CLB. Donda.
I had 6 for certain that I guess we was locked in on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got a bunch of question marks,
Yeah.
but 1, 2, 3, 4.
The 6 I had that I felt like we was locked in on Victory Lap, Cardi B, Killer Mike. You got Jid at 4, Roddy Ricch 5, Donda 6.
Killer Mike. You said Jid. Who you said after Jid?
Roddy Ricch
Roddy
was
Ricch.
5, Donda was 6. So there's 4 more slots.
Okay.
Man, I think
Troop
certain.
said Astro World. Some other ones. Astro World, My Turn. I like Pusha T album. I like the Soul Separately last year from Gibbs. Let's see.
I think Certified Lover Boy might have to go on the list.
Over her loss.
I like CLB.
I like CLB.
CLB was.
I like
I like them both, man. I ain't gonna lie, but if y'all say Certified Lover Boy,
I like CLB.
So we put CLB 7.
I got CLB 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Astro World.
But when you think for the past 5 years, I think Astro World.
Sicko
should
Mode
go
came
on
out in 2018.
Yeah,
And that song still getting spin.
I mean,
you know
we
what
can
I'm
go
saying?
with Astro World.
Nah, I'm saying
that song was so hard.
word.
I mean, I like Travis Scott, but I'm not gonna act like I just listen
But
to
that
him
album he
all
put
the
out
time.
this year, Basura. I did not like it. You know what I'm saying? I did not like that album,
I
man.
didn't like it.
I feel like we gotta add a Nas project though, man. Me personally.
Yeah.
To me,
He-
the first Magic was that was my favorite project in King's Disease 2. That's the one with Lauryn Hill. He had the record about we talked about Tupac. It was like the second record on there. I can't remember the name of that record, but he had a lot of projects.
I say King's Disease. Well, dang, that's 3. I like that Michael and Quinn. I like what he did on 3. I like the the vibe of those records on three.
I like that one too.
Looking at
Yeah, Nas. One of Nas projects definitely got going there. I don't know which one, but something got going there.
Man, it was just like top to bottom. Like I just played that whole project straight through.
You know,
Nasir was good too. I really like Nasir.
Cause I got a question, man.
Mm-hmm.
I know his album wouldn't have made it the list, so I wasn't even gonna say that. But how come you ain't got no YoungBoy albums on here?
I mean, you can put a young boy album on it, like
He done dropped by the area.
So I was kind of going by like some of the projects we were talking about from like the past 5 years, and then I was like looking to see like what dropped. Now me personally, I ain't on YoungBoy. Like
I get you.
So for me, I wouldn't. But I mean, if y'all got a YoungBoy project that y'all like,
I don't think he gonna make the
sold on,
list.
then-
I don't think he gonna make the list. But I just noticed he ain't
He's
had
a
not
factor.
one album.
Yeah, he's a
You know
factor.
what I mean? I was
you
just
know, I feel like I'm out of the loop on stuff because like, Buddy, when he came on here earlier, he was talking about it's an album on here I never heard. Who Shiesty? I never heard that.
Shiesty Season.
Never heard in my life.
I just heard a couple songs. I ain't listened to the whole
I
album
like
though.
the project. I wouldn't say it's my favorite. I wouldn't put it in the top 10, but I did like it. I feel like that was like, because it came out like around February of like 2021, and then he got locked up like kind of like
Facts.
right after that. But for a minute, like that was probably like for the first 3-4 months of that year, it was like the best album because wasn't nobody really dropping.
And he was rapping too. Like he wasn't on no.
We gotta have a Future album on here.
Oh, Future,
gotta-
I think, but
I don't know if he gonna be in the top 10, but
in the last 5 years, Future album.
oh, he dropped I Never Liked You last year.
yeah,
I like the album.
I did too.
I like the album.
He had I'll Wait For You on there. He had
The reg-
what was that song he had with Drake?
I'll Wait For You
I'll Wait For
alone
You
is
was
enough
up-
for that
yeah.
album to go on the list though. Cause I ain't gonna lie, Future
Yeah.
had one of the biggest
one of
records.
the biggest songs.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Future definitely got to go on the list somewhere.
I won't be mad at putting Future in the top 10.
You gotta give my boy his flowers, man.
I'll fuck with Future.
I'm trying to see what else is on this album, man.
Man, he had some.
And he had something on there.
He had a couple of Drake records. That one, then he
Puffin'
had
on
one towards the
Zooties.
end.
Oh man, oh yeah.
I never liked you. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Puffin' on Zooties one of my go-to.
Whoa.
Damn. Oh, we ain't never talk about Offset album. I know he ain't gonna make the list, but how y'all feel about Offset album?
I liked a couple songs on there.
Yeah, I like
That song he
some
got with
records.
Bryson Tiller going crazy.
Talking about with Don Tolliver.
Don
No,
Toliver,
yeah.
yeah.
Worth it.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
that
Huge
song
record.
was crazy.
So,
Huge
Yeah,
record.
My
Offset
bad.
went crazy.
Yeah. But I don't know why I said Bryson Tiller. Bryson Tiller, man, no, he ain't no rapper, but yeah.
He made some fire music though.
Yeah, he got a cult following.
Tiller
Yeah.
changed
have he
the
still
game.
been dropping albums like that though?
Features. He's been doing a
I
little
ain't-
feature here and there.
I
seen
see
him
him
this
pop
year.
up on Future.
I swear, the first 30 rows was straight women.
Yeah.
Like it was, I ain't know it was like that for Bryson Tiller, man. Like, you know, and he came out and he performed in the dark. Like you couldn't even hardly see him. Like he a weird dude. You know
And
what
they
I'm
loved
saying?
it.
Them
Mystique,
girls.
you know what I'm saying? But he got good songs, man.
He do.
Not to get too far off. Do we put Future on here? 'Cause that would make
Yeah.
8.
Yeah,
I like Future.
I agree.
I like the album.
All right, I never liked you.
I feel like God did was one of the biggest projects. Like the way they marketed it and everything. Like,
Khaled, yeah.
the dude dropped a video every hour for the first 12 hours that the album was out. Like it's certain things that I peep and I'm like, I know it's money that goes into that, but it's also the passion and the love that you got for your fans or for the art trying to push it forward. You know
Is
what I'm
it the
saying?
overall project or does that
Campaign.
record just
That's what I'm
make
saying.
it-
That's another thing that I'm getting caught up with too, like campaigns, because like I feel like when you dropping an album, the reason why we forget is because it's not no campaigns no more. Like Donda came out and it was a campaign. It was like dude was running for president or something. God did was a campaign. You know, even Lotto 777
Was a stupid campaign.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You know, like Big Energy was a massive record. You know what I'm saying? But it's certain people that they don't have campaigns with their records, man. And it's like, I don't know. You know,
Make
like,
you not remember it.
yeah. Like right now, Nicki is on a big campaign for Pink Friday. Pink Friday selling almost 100,000 every week. But we ignoring it because it's Nicki. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if you listen to it, I don't know if y'all listen to the album. I tried to listen to it on the way to work one day, but I was like, this is a woman album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it ain't bad though. She,
It ain't?
She rapping.
But she rapping.
She rapping.
She
and that
rapping,
everybody's song ain't terrible. It's not
Nah.
for me, but you know, going with the trend.
Yeah.
And she
Yeah.
tearing them charts up with
Yeah.
that record.
I liked it. I know this might not make the album list or whatever, but the way Lil Wayne and 2 Chainz marketed their album, they got 50 Cent on the narration, and
sure.
Man,
it felt like a project.
Man, I thought they were dropping the movie.
Yeah,
bro.
you know.
And then that Oprah and Gail is
Oh yeah.
crazy.
But you see how we saying, like, naming some of the artists that been in the game longer, it's like the albums that sound really good. It's like the newer artists ain't really investing all that into projects.
They ain't, man.
That's what I was saying about this year.
Them labels not investing into project with these newer artists because the lick is
TikTok.
record, everything but the music.
Yeah.
Keep doing that shit that's working. That's what they
Go
focused
crazy,
on. Yeah.
get a viral song real quick. We make that back, whatever, and they move on.
We talked about this earlier. Man, I wish Courtney was still here, cause I had story to talk to Brad about, man. Word, because he was saying, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But why are we like that? Like, why must you give the consumer the same project over and over, like the Baby did that, Lil Baby doing that? But it's like, oh yeah, he gonna be around for a while because he came out and he had a certain flow. Nah, bro.
But look,
bro. Michael Jackson's first 5 albums don't sound the same.
we the only genre that want our artists to change as much as we do. I ain't saying nothing wrong with what you're saying, but since we comparing, you know, some other genres, think about country music, bro. You know what you're getting from a Sheryl Crow.
You do.
Garth Brooks. You feel
Morgan
me?
Wallen.
It's gonna be a better song, but it's Garth Brooks. It's still, you know what I'm saying? It's still that. You feel me? With hip hop, this the only genre that changes as much as it does. The sound changes as much as it does. Everything else ain't like that. R&B is, but
I'm gonna challenge you on that though.
Okay.
Because you saying that with hip hop, but I just mentioned I know Michael is a different caliber though. You know what I'm saying? But then we talk about Ross' first 3 or 4 albums. If we looking at that, Ross really went from trapper to the Teflon Don, and he showed you that rise.
I
you know, and then it's like after that, it's like the richest I ever been, richest gangster, like rich forever. It's like he really progressed. Right now, with a lot of our artists, they giving us the same thing, and then we keep going.
Okay,
back.
I got what you saying.
Don't sell me the same pack over and over, bro. Give me something new.
I ain't gonna lie, somebody who bad at that. I like his music, but Key Glock. I don't know if y'all listen to Key Glock.
Yeah.
Like most of his albums sound exactly the same.
He gonna give you the same thing every
You know
time.
what I'm saying? I like his music. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, even with Tip,
You know?
like I see Tip on here for 2018.
Trap.
You like, but it's like it's like if you go to the beginning, it's like you seen all these characters of Tip. You know what I'm saying? But it's like now we so stagnant. It's like, bro, I want a new pack. If that lab pack wasn't smoking, don't give me that no more, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Like, give me something fresh. I want to feel something new. I want to, when I listen to the music, I want to be like, bro, you done turned up.
Yeah, you done turned up.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
But at the same time, I feel like a lot of our music, like it's some people that go completely left. Like Kanye will give you Graduation and then do 808s and Heartbreak, and you're going to be like, man, what is this? You know what I'm saying? But then you got like Hov told that story about 96 bricks for the longest. Now he making albums with his wife. Now he basically, his daughter about to be a superstar. You know what I'm saying? And it's like all these different things. It's like the growth. But I feel like either we don't allow it or somebody get killed before the growth happen. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep too.
Word. So it's like
Get killed before the growth happen. That's real.
Word.
R.P. Pop Smoke.
Word. Cause it's like certain people, Nipsey. On fire. Victory Lap sounded like something that he just really getting started.
Yeah.
Gone. You know what I'm saying? Pop Smoke. He had hits. Gone. You know what I'm saying? And it's like certain things. It's like even Pop, even Biggie. It's like y'all molded y'all whole career after over death. You know, it's weird, bro. You know what I'm saying? I want to see us live. I want to see us make dope music.
Hey, I like what you said too, especially with Biggie. Biggie's Ready to Die album, one of the best albums of all time.
Yeah.
Cause when you listen to it, it's a complete album.
Yeah. And at the end, he killed himself. You know, and then the next album is Life After Death. For real.
Kept it going.
That's scary.
Scary. And then he dies for real.
Yeah, it's bro, it's power in what you speak, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you really Juice WRLD was talking about doing drugs all the time. He died of an overdose. It's like all this stuff happened. Bro, like Matt Miller was the same way. We can go on. All these people was the same way, bro. Like they talked about death, they envisioned it, it happened.
Right.
You know, and it's like, bro, when we gonna start making something we can live to? When we gonna start making something that I could just be like, hey man, this I seen you grow.
Right.
I listened to your first 4 albums, and you ain't never give me the
Right.
same thing.
Right.
You
Yeah.
might have mixed it up in between.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you ain't never give me the same thing.
Right.
And I hate that with like what I'm talking about with the baby from Carolina. I wanted to see him win. The little baby from the A, we be in the A all the time. I want to see him win.
Right.
Don't give me the same thing though.
Yeah.
Cause I don't like.
The thing is, like, if they do, a lot of time our old people be like, man, I want to hear the old.
Yeah.
Like the old. Like sometimes you might hear people say, man, Jeezy ain't the same. I want to hear the old Jeezy. But
Right.
you gotta think, that's 20
He
years
grow
ago.
though, man.
Jay-Z
Different
said,
person.
niggas want my old shit, buy my old albums.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's there. You know,
Right.
it's like, if you want Blueprint, bro, go back
Go
to
check it
2001.
out.
Like-
Drake just said it too.
You know what I'm saying?
He mentioned that in the interview.
Like we won't get the Trap or Die Jeezy.
No.
Like, like, and at this point,
You won't believe it.
Yeah,
Why
exactly.
would you
Right.
want that?
Exactly.
Like, you
Would you
don't-
believe Jeezy if he dropped that right now?
Right.
No.
Exactly. It wouldn't even
Jeezy
sound
don't even look
right.
the same.
I say
He
you-
not fat Jeezy.
Nah,
You know, he
my boy
ain't-
doing real estate.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
ain't even.
Yeah.
Gucci ain't the same.
Ain't.
Definitely.
You know, it's like
Shout out to Gucci.
we ain't allowing the
I
growth,
can't
man.
listen to it, man.
We ain't allowing the growth, man. We want to see people burn.
Crash out.
Word.
We still want to see Jay-Z selling bricks.
Word. Jay-Z never lost 96 bricks. Word. I never, like, now that I'm older, man, that's wait. Like, you talking about you lived and you Jay-Z, you became Jay-Z and ain't nobody looking for you and you lost 96 bricks. Be for real.
Be for real.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain things, it's like, you know, it's a story, man. Like, Thug, he was too real in his music. He talked about way
And
too
it
much.
came back in.
That's real.
Yeah.
But hold on, back to the list. What we got?
We
We at 8 right now.
Yeah, we got 8. We got 2 more.
2 more.
slots. Man, I feel like Cole got to go on here somewhere, man. I mean, you got Cole.
Yeah, I think either KOD or the
I like the
off-season.
off season better.
One
but
on-
I'm not mad at KOD either.
One on
So
got
you
it going down.
Cole,
Which one had Kevin's heart?
That's KOD. That was tough. That was-
KOD.
Man.
These Nas projects too. You got, man.
I'm gonna say KOD. I no mind. I don't know, man.
I'm gonna say KOD.
Even with the Nas
I think we should do Cole, KOD.
Go
KOD
KOD.
changed a lot too. You know, Cole. That's when he started that feature run, really going
and
crazy.
still on it. I love it.
Still
man.
on
We
it.
got Cole. We got KOD at 9, and then we got 1.
One slot left. Who we gonna
Man.
get to?
We might need to get the Nas, man.
We ain't got. Oh yeah.
Man, we
Why,
done left.
what you want to say?
We ain't got 21 Savage on that 2018. They ain't on there.
Nope.
Alright, I'm gonna say this. We can take Forever Story out.
What's Forever Story? Who that?
JID.
JID.
Okay.
Man, listen, I'm looking at 2018.
I don't know.
We
G got a big record.
Yeah.
Man, you got Championship still on the list. You got Daytona.
2018 was a hell of a year.
It was. You got the J Rock Project, the Book of Rhyme by Royce the 5'9". And I still like Gil's album from last year. They sold so separately. We ain't even got Kendrick on here.
We ain't got Tyler the Creator on there.
Nope.
Shout out Tyler.
Man, I like Tyler.
I like him too. Weird, so.
Yeah.
Music fire.
Call Me When You Get Lost was amazing.
Five.
It was amazing.
Five.
I ain't even heard
And
that.
I ain't even no
Look.
Tyler fan.
Man, say,
I just like good music.
Is that the album?
It sound like
I
a
heard
DJ
Drama.
Drama mixtape.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
Drama say something
Yeah.
about that's one of the best projects he
Yeah,
put out.
It is.
Yeah.
Man, son, is that the tape he had? That song with Young Boy on it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, that
Yeah.
song was so hard,
That
bro.
song
I
amazing.
never expected it.
And the way that song sound, that whole album got that like it's
Right.
that clean audio
Bro,
sound.
he got the song with Charlie Wilson on there singing Earthquake.
Oh, man.
Bro.
That was Igor, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was Igor.
Yeah, Earthquake. He
That
had the
was-
video
Earthquake was
for
on-
it.
yeah,
That song
that was
was
hard.
huge, bro.
He another one. He a weird one, man. He play a character in every album, man.
Listen though,
Yeah, he did.
you can tell he loved music though.
Yeah,
He's
the
yeah.
Igor album, he had a blonde wig every time he performed.
That's the video
Yeah,
I seen.
Earthquake was hard. too.
Earthquake was
Hey,
crazy.
my Earthquake.
Earthquake was
That's so
Are we putting Call Me when you
Call
get,
Me If You Get Lost.
Tyler
I want to
Creator.
go on there.
I think it can go on there.
I like
Ask them boy.
But so
That's 10.
with the last spot, shit.
Alright.
We put KOD on there, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
KOD on there.
It's hard to leave that.
Man. That man,
Astro World.
I still
Hey.
say that Meek album, man.
So no,
Yeah.
so no Kendrick.
No, we got Kendrick.
Kendrick on there.
No, Kendrick ain't on here. You got
Man.
Well, you got Victory
He
Lap,
not putting Kendrick.
You got Party 2. You got Killer Mike. That's 3. JID 4. Roddy Rich 5.
I don't know about 4.
I don't think it's in
What's
order.
4?
No,
I mean,
not even in order.
On here.
It's just if you compare JID to all the ones and the honorable mentions that we got.
I feel like you got to be in the rap for real to really know about J album.
His album was hard though.
Yeah, I'm about to say it was hard.
It was tough.
But the average rap fan ain't really.
You got Roddy Rich.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Would y'all take Roddy Rich over My Turn?
I ain't gonna lie, I probably would. Roddy Rich had a big year that year.
My
turn was hard.
My turn was hard too though. But y'all
was
don't realize how
Yeah.
big Roddy.
Nah, I do.
He was tough.
It's debatable. Roddy Rich.
You right
and
though,
My
Lil Baby
Turn-
had a big year though.
Yeah,
my turn was big.
huge. He can't, man. Listen,
And then
he
he came
doing everything
in.
right
Right.
that year.
And then he had that black and white song that came out doing
Yeah,
all that.
it was big.
I ain't gonna lie, Baby had a
He had
Yeah.
some hits.
did.
I would put My Turn over Roddy Rich. I ain't knocking Roddy Rich though. That
I
album
agree.
was hard.
I agree.
Well, listen, hear me out. Maybe take Jid off
That's what I'm saying.
and put Baby right there.
Okay, so
So
my
I'm
turn.
saying- Come
Jid
off
album
with
was fine. Ain't not knocking that.
Hold on, who we got out the jail though? Roddy.
Roddy,
Yeah.
Who else?
Donda, CLB. We added Future. I never liked you, right?
Yeah, that was 8.
Yeah.
And then
8.
Cole, KOD.
KOD.
So we had who?
Tyler the Creator. We at 9. If we add
Oh,
Carl,
if Tyler on here, that's 10.
10.
Tyler
If
would be
Tyler
the
on there.
last
So who
one.
was 9 after KOD?
Future was 8. So I got
8,
Victory
9,
Lap,
10. Yeah, you're right.
Victory Lap, Cardi, Killer Mike 3, My Turn 4, Roddy Rich 5, Donda will be 6, Drake CLB 7, Future 8, Cole KOD 9, 10 will be
Tyler
Tyler.
Crazy.
I'm missing one.
In a hypothetical
Let's-
world, is Victory Lap on here if Nipsey Hussle don't die?
I like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
to me because of what it did for me, especially like
Yeah.
entrepreneurship
Yeah.
in 2018.
I ain't
For
gonna lie.
me,
I don't think
Victory
so.
Lap
think
was.
so.
Victor Lap was fine. I ain't
Lap
saying
hard.
that, but the
I
I'm gonna be
can go
real.
back and play
Before
Victory Lap.
Yeah.
Nipsey died, though, the average rap fan wasn't really.
I
You
was-
kinda-
yeah,
you kinda had
Well,
to really be.
even back then in 2018 when we did the very first
We mentioned
roundtable.
We
that
did.
Was, that was my number one.
Yeah,
Like,
you know we rap fans though.
Yeah,
You know we
yeah.
own it. Yeah, but like the average person, a lot of people, the average fan didn't really know Nipsey till he died. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say that.
I would leave it on there. The two that I had that was a lot for sure was Victory Lap and Michael. Them was my two
for sure, for
that
sure.
I had just
Nah,
locked in.
yeah, I agree. I was just saying, and you know, being devil's advocate.
Especially that Killer Mike, man. I ain't gonna lie, Killer Mike shook the game up when he dropped that.
Yeah.
Especially he
It was
had
the- it
Andre
was the
3000 on
best.
that bit. Like ain't nobody
So
had Andre
last
on that in a
spot-
minute.
So what we got for the last spot?
Hey,
I put
Tyler has
I
won
put
hip hop
Tyler.
album of the year twice.
I ain't gonna lie, you
I
gotta
put
put Tyler on there, man.
I put Tyler.
Grammy
Yeah,
nominated.
Put Tyler on there.
I put Tyler.
So that's what.
Ain't
Call
still
Me If
going
You Get
crazy.
Lost?
Yeah. Was Call Me If You Get Lost better than Igor?
For me.
Yeah.
But maybe not for a lot of people.
Yeah, hey.
Because I got
Anyone can go on there. I ain't gonna lie.
Igor is-
Either one
he
can go
crazy
on there.
about Igor. It's
Yeah.
Igor or nothing.
I like that.
All right, so we got 10.
Shout out to
right
the
there.
women in hip hop too, because we ain't got enough on that
Man,
list.
I had a whole in my notes. I had a whole section dedicated to women.
Yeah.
Women won hip hop. No, I don't like all of them's
Yeah.
content this year, but
Right, yeah,
that
yeah.
ain't got shit to do with
Yeah.
women dominate hip hop. And even though we more so was focused on albums,
Yeah.
But when we talk about
Singles. Ice.
yeah,
Like-
you can't you can't
Whoa.
talk hip hop this year without mentioning Ice,
Yeah.
without mentioning Lotto,
Sexy Red.
Sexy Red's just.
Lotto.
I ain't gonna lie, I had Sexy
Oh.
Red down for the biggest, you know.
She had
One of the
Rolling
best
Stone
years.
gave her, like Rolling Stone gave her
She was everywhere this year, man.
Song of the year.
Yeah, it's
I know she
plenty,
got the
man.
controversy, whatever, but she
Yeah.
was big this year though.
Yeah.
Yeah, the top three, the big three within the women rap, Cardi, Meg, and Nicki, they went crazy this year.
Yeah.
They went crazy.
Before
Shout out
all right,
Ice Spice.
Ice
before,
Spice.
before we get out of here though, let's everybody do like one or two do a couple of your honorable mentions. Everybody had your own honorable mentions. For me, I'll say I gotta put Magic on as my honorable mention. I'm gonna put Magic. I like Daytona. I think Championships. That was another one.
I think y'all know mine. If Astro World didn't make it, I'm forever on that boat, man. I'm gonna say Astro World, one of mine. I'm gonna say 21 Savage. I was one of mine. Rhapsody Eve. Rhapsody from North Carolina, man. And she really
facts.
putting on.
Yeah.
Gunna Wanna. That's I put exclamation parts by that because Wanna was one of them albums. It was like it shocked me that he had that many hits on it, man. Like
Sure.
you know, let's see.
Oh man, I forgot Russ too.
Yeah,
Russ
gotta
Chump
go.
2.
Yeah.
Oh man, Russ be snapping.
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
I don't think he get the credit he deserves, but man, just rapping, man. Like if you listen to Chump 2, it's like it was kind of almost like a little sparring match between him and other artists on the record. They were just going back and forth. He got the best
Really
verse.
rapping.
And Russ was holding up his end against everybody.
My honorable mention, we ain't got Gunna on there, so I got a Gunna album. You know,
Ooh.
honorable mention.
Yeah, for
His
sure.
latest album.
Yeah.
Gotta give him that, no matter what. Cause he was by himself. Like
Yeah.
when he dropped that, he was leading. You know,
Back against the wall.
Yeah, this is it right
Yeah.
here. So I like it.
I like it wasn't on the sheet or whatever, but NBA YoungBoy album, AI YoungBoy 2. I don't know if y'all ever listened to it, whatever. I'm gonna be real. You could tell YoungBoy was in that booth spitting his all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know people got to say whatever they want to say about YoungBoy, but you know when he get in his element, he'll go in that booth and give you what you want.
I think he's very smart. He's growing. You know what I'm saying? He just happened to get in the game early, and we had to watch him make some decisions that a lot of people just paint him a certain way from it. But because even me, I grew to like YoungBoy. My kids been liking him, and I ain't understand. But over the years,
I like some of the records he dropped, but I've never like listened to like a full.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't like his interviews. He sound like a slow person. Like, no disrespect, nobody this.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
He just, I don't like it.
Yeah, he different.
His public speaking need a little work.
Yeah, for
You know
sure.
what
He
I
should have
mean?
took that class.
Yeah.
You know, like word. You know, let's see who up, man. We got a lot of albums. On
Man, Gunna, Gift and Curse, man. I gotta give him that.
Yeah,
I just say Nas as a collective, like all his projects with Hit Boy, which is
Nas has been working, man. He been working, bro.
I feel like him and Hit Boy was undefeated.
Yeah.
Every project they was dropping was like,
Yeah.
But Magic and King's Disease too. They were my two favorite, man.
it's wild because like when Nas and Jay-Z was beefing, Jay-Z's biggest thing that he went to was you don't drop enough albums. Like he was like, I drop every year, and you dropped in '94 and 2000 and in 2004. Like you know, it's crazy looking at it now because he really went in. You know, and I don't know if it's too late. You know.
Nah, I mean, when it's all said and done, at the rate that he's dropping records,
Right.
I think, and I had it in my notes, what Nas is doing is for legacy.
For sure.
That's what I say for legacy.
Exactly.
And I think he's doing a good job of capitalizing off the now. You know what I'm saying? So it's satisfying the hip hop people.
Yep.
And he's still, you know what I'm saying, in the conversation so where younger people know who Nas is. So
That's real.
I like
I
what
got
he's
two
doing.
questions for y'all before we wrap it up. Who would y'all like to see next year as far as like a project that you want to hear?
Project that I want to hear.
She ain't in hip hop, but anything for SZA. Word, cause SZA killing.
See, R&B different. I'm in love with the R&B
Yeah.
game right now.
I like her.
Yeah.
Her fire.
Yeah.
It's a lot of dope R&B girls out.
What's Kendrick Lamar? What is cousin? What his name?
Baby King.
Baby King.
Yeah. I want to hear something from Baby King.
I want to hear something else from Kendrick, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to hear Future. Something else from Future.
Big Sean.
Big Sean.
Yeah, it's time.
It's time for
It's
Big
time.
Sean.
Man, I want 3000 to drop album. I know he did the flute thing. That was cool. You know what I mean? But based off of his
I ain't
feature
even
on
listened to it,
Killer
but I was
Mike.
like, man, y'all like it?
I like it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't sleep on the one night. For real, I mean, we go to sleep off rain and
yeah,
shit
the rain
like that.
sounds,
So
yeah.
I told my wife, I was like, hey man, I got to see what's going on, and it did good for me. You know, I like it. It's cool. It's different.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I'm about to say, if you into instrumentation, you'll like
Yeah,
it.
yeah. It's different.
I just want to hear Big Sean and who else? Definitely Big Sean though. I feel like it's time for him to
Do
drop
something.
something.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to hear more collaboration
Cause
projects.
I feel like he can rap. I ain't saying he better than them, but like with Cole, Drake,
On
and
that
Kendrick,
level.
man, he can be in that conversation too. I'm not saying he better than them.
Nah, I get what you're saying though.
I think he there, but he like a different tier. So you got like he right there with Wale. You know, I'm not saying
hate
that they.
that,
Not, I'm not saying that they
Yeah.
not good. It's just we talking from a consumer standpoint. It just
Yeah.
is what it is. Big Sean
Alright.
and Wale ain't never gonna go in that tier
In that
with
category.
Drake.
Yeah.
You know, and all of
Alright.
that.
So wild.
I ain't gonna lie.
It's wild.
I've heard some people say they kind of view Big Sean like a Ludacris. Like he can rap,
I get it.
but he ain't taken as
I
serious.
get it.
Like
I can.
I mean, I've heard that. I
know it.
I don't know if I
I
agree
can
or
see
not,
that,
but
yeah.
I've heard that.
Because
You
Luda
know.
don't get mentioned enough. You
Yeah,
know
he can
what I
rap.
mean?
He can rap his ass off.
Yeah, just like I said, it's as consumers, man, we got certain stuff embedded in us that we look for,
Right.
that we, I don't know, that make us, I don't know what it is, but yes, it's a,
You know how it is.
reality.
But
That's a
yeah,
good
like I was
comparison.
telling him, bro, I want more collaboration albums, man.
Yeah.
I like seeing artists collab, especially when you can tell they got that good chemistry.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Any artist in particular?
I wouldn't mind another Drake and 21 album.
Yeah, that I want to see a Drake and Cole, man. I think,
Yeah.
especially after that first person shooting, man. I feel like, man, shoot, they probably get on the album.
I want,
You know what I mean?
I'll take another Dreamville album because I
Yeah.
like what they got going on, especially with Jid doing what he doing now. I think Dreamville
Dreamville
have
written.
a dope.
You said Dreamville. I like Luke.
Luke.
Yeah, Luke.
Oh God, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, he
dope.
fire.
He dope.
He fire,
I want
man.
a Freddie Gibbs, Larry June album produced by the Alchemist.
That'll be fire.
That'd be
Whoa.
nasty.
And they fit.
Yeah.
All they
Freddie
fit.
been rapping on beats like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think that'd be dope.
Wale, where you at?
Ain't it?
Yeah.
I think Currency and Larry June will do good together too.
Yeah.
I forgot about my boy Currency. Shout out my boy
Currency
Currency.
dropped the album with Jermaine Dupri.
That's
this
all I'm
year.
about to say.
Yeah, I like
It wasn't
that.
terrible, but
It
that
was-
might be one of my biggest
Yeah.
disappointments.
Oh, what? Why?
Be-
For real?
because it didn't.
It ain't sound.
No, I ain't saying it ain't
Oh,
really about the
man.
sound. It's just like that one just kind of went under the rug. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Like,
I get what you're saying.
I like it. You know what I mean? I listened to it, but still, it just didn't get. They didn't push it like.
Didn't stick.
Yeah, man, that was a big deal. But
Listen,
it
you
just-
right.
It didn't seem like it though. When they dropped it, it was just like, oh, Currency.
Cause they marketed it up, and then they dropped the album, and that was it.
Yeah.
And you ain't really hear nothing else too much on it.
Yeah, but I think that was a disappointment.
Man, why y'all think artists don't do like traditional like press runs like they used to though?
They
Like,
tried.
it seem like now, I feel like to me the album that I remember was they just dropped out the blue.
Yeah.
And
She
then, like,
dropped
after that-
Renaissance out the blue.
But to me, I'm saying like that was like the first album that I remember like just dropping like randomly.
Okay.
And then it just seemed like people started trying to follow
It's
that
a
trend,
theme
like,
now.
dropping like without promoting projects. And I feel like promoting your album, going on a press run, and doing all that kind of helps you sell the project even more. But it seems like all artists don't do that
I'm
no
gonna
more.
be real. It's the timing. Everybody creates content now.
Fast.
So by the time you start doing your press run, trying to really, cause artists are doing press runs. You know what I'm saying? But content come out so fast now,
Press
man.
run is different now.
Yeah.
Press runs now is I'm gonna drop an album. I'm gonna go stream with Kai Center for a day. Like Nicki and take what his name? Offset. Like they did.
Yeah.
But it's like I feel what you're saying about the traditional hip hop journalism kind of like going away.
Facts.
And
podcast.
Yeah. And really the podcast is just people who used to be rappers or who didn't make it as rappers, and now they talking crazy.
That's for sure.
That's crazy. I just heard that today too.
No, that's. I mean, think about it.
Daniels podcast, and a dude's SO.
Yeah.
SO said that. That's crazy.
I mean, you gotta think top podcasts right now, Nori, Gilly the Kid, Joe. You know what I mean? You feel me? You see why they say that?
Yeah.
Even though they had kind of decent careers. Well, Nori for real. You know what I mean?
Nori had the biggest career out of all.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, cause Gilly had a little something, but he kind of.
But Nori just feel like my drunk uncle now. Like that's what he just. That's what it feel like. To
Y'all
me when
seen
I
that
watch
episode with him and Juvenile though? Juvenile Management, he was drunk as hell.
Yeah.
He couldn't even talk.
it. Yeah.
He do that a lot.
Old boy had to take over the interview.
Yeah. Like I don't like that, man. It's like, again, I want to see us live, bro.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's real.
Kendrick Lamar got a song. He said, "If I kill a nigga, it won't be the alcohol. I'm the realest nigga out there all." You know, like Kendrick don't drink, he don't smoke, and like if you see him, like I said, I seen him this year, and I was like, "Oh, he a real one. He don't. This ain't the dude I see on TV.
A little regular as hell.
Yeah.
He a real blood. You know, like it's guaranteed.
See, I ain't know
It's
that.
like when you see him, everything was bopping, what's boo. Like it's like all that. It's like, oh, okay, like this different. You know, it ain't what we see on TV. The Kendrick we see on TV is the marketable Kendrick,
Right.
and he know how to turn it on and off.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of us artists, we don't know how to turn it on and off. We don't know that you got a market.
Right.
You ain't never seen Drake smoke no blunt.
Right.
Never.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't never seen him pop no pill. You ain't never seen him do none of that. You might see him, the dude get on live and drink martinis. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Like
He protects his brand well.
Cole
and
do too.
they got a way that they want.
Especially
Yeah.
Cole, man.
Yeah.
Cole look homeless sometimes.
Yeah. But it's like they all protecting their image, and it's like we can learn from that. But a lot of artists don't, and they just they get caught up in it, man.
It's the artist is really like when you look at the artist that was like really winning.
Yeah.
They ain't doing all that. Like,
Yeah,
you don't
they
see
ain't.
them all that jewelry
Nah.
and flashing and all that stuff. Like the one like you said, Cole, Kendrick, Drake, like even Jay-Z now.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he in a different level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even those artists, like you don't see them having all that jewelry and
Big stacks of money and
drinking
the
and partying.
pounds
The boys
everywhere.
is like really that you know they
You don't
got
see it, man.
Yeah.
If you see somebody doing this because of their market, like Snoop is known as Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is the most recognizable rapper, and he's also one of the people that's just like investing into that weed market. So you see him smoking a lot. When he said, "I'm gonna quit smoking," people thought he was serious.
It's time to congratulate
He
him.
didn't say that though. He didn't say he
He
was
did
gonna
that
quit smoking.
commercial.
He said, "I'm giving up smoke."
Yeah, he did.
It was on that commercial.
You know,
I'm letting go
but
of
that,
smoke.
and that's his whole market is like,
Yeah.
you know, so
was
he can
dope.
show that. But it's
A
like,
crip weed
Yeah,
smoking ass nigga.
you know what?
Marketable, America's
Marketable.
favorite rapper.
Yeah.
Martha Stewart was
Snoop
with
Dogg.
this nigga, man.
Word, man. I mean, that's
She did
that's
more prison
crazy.
time than he did.
But he understood his image.
He did. Still do.
know,
Because,
capitalized off
like you said, man, he's probably the most famous rapper right now. Everybody knows Snoop Dogg. Even if you don't listen to him, you know
Hands
Snoop
down.
Dogg.
That's the first rapper I knew. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Snoop
Snoop
Dogg was what a rapper looked like. This is a rapper when I was a kid.
Right.
That's why I think
Snoop
he's
Doggy
probably the
Dogg.
most beloved rapper ever.
Ever, yeah,
Right.
for sure. I agree.
You might say Jay-Z a better rapper or anybody else, but like the most recognized, most beloved artist,
Snoop Dogg.
that's
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop.
Yeah,
He can
Snoop.
go anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere, do anything.
You know,
Movies,
man.
commercials, whatever.
Guaranteed.
And you gotta give Snoop his flowers on the podcast game. He was one of the first ones doing podcasts.
DGN Network. DGN,
Yeah.
whatever. Doggy
Yeah.
Network.
Yeah.
Was literally having everybody
Ahead
come
of
over
his
there.
time. Ahead of his
Yeah.
time with that, bro. For real. And we used to love to go
Word.
watch because we
Yeah.
weren't seeing our favorite artists talk as much as we get to see them
Right.
talk now. So seeing them on Snoop show back then was a big deal.
Y'all remember when Snoop came to Union? Like we was younger. Like
Yeah, he can't the Snug in there. If y'all know
Yeah.
Snug from Union,
Okay.
them is V in there.
Man.
I remember.
Yeah, he was-
used to
there's
be
a
like,
Monarch.
Snoop Dogg, my cousin. When we were kids, they be like Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Like, man, you ain't kin to Snoop Dogg. Then one day somebody like, hey, Snoop at his grandma's house down the street.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Facts.
It was in the newspaper and everything.
Word.
Like,
Snoop was in the
Union.
newspaper with 240 ounces. And a
Real
pack of
talk.
Swishers. Word, bro.
Man,
Yeah,
then I
okay.
seen like I said, them two names I seen them take a picture with Snoop. They was
Yeah.
like, I told you, Calvin, that was my real cousin. I said,
I
man,
never
what?
forget that.
Couldn't believe it.
Definitely got found. with that.
Yeah,
That's
for
crazy.
sure. So that's, he ain't never come back, bro.
No,
Nah,
he ain't
that
even
was it.
he ain't even
That's
come
what
for
I'm-
he ain't even come for his grandma's funeral.
Nah,
he
you know.
just said, nah, I ain't come back.
All right, before we wrap it up though, fellas, heading into 2024, like what's some goals that each of y'all have that y'all want to share? Like
Drop more music. I'm literally about to drop something January 19th called Everything Must Go, because I got a drive, Google Drive full of music that I ain't dropped. And it's like 30 songs, but I'm gonna drop them periodically. You know what I'm saying?
You know what you're saying.
And the reason why I haven't been dropping as much music because I ain't felt inspired.
Right.
I ain't felt nothing. Like the music I've been hearing, I'm like, you know. But I do wanna, I wanna do more, man. And this is random, but I just got my daughter a virtual reality headset, right? So I was watching YouTube in the headset, and I was watching the first person shooter video with Drake and Cole, and I'm like, this is meant to watch in a headset like that. If you watch something else, it's boring. You know what I'm saying? I want to make stuff that people feel like I want to see this. You know what I'm saying? Right. I want to see this. I want to hear this. I want to package it up accordingly. The same stuff that I said is missing in hip hop, I want to do that. So like I want to kind of try to lead by example. I may not be able to, but I'm speaking into existence and I'm gonna do that. So that's one of my personal goals.
What you got, bro?
Oh, it's on me?
Yeah.
Ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of in the same boat with Troop, man. Just refining motivation and purpose, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie, man. Social media and rap game is depressing sometimes, cause it like we was talking earlier, man. It's not about the music.
No.
Like, to be real, the music usually be the last thing people check out, man. They want to see you do some dumb shit or say something shock value on the internet, like you say, crash out. You know, I really, man, just refine the motivation and purpose, man. My purpose in this game, like, you know, I love music. Don't get it twisted, but man, sometimes, you know, I have to look at myself in the mirror and you know, ask myself, do I really want to do this? Am I really still passionate about this? You know what I mean?
Do you love it?
Exactly.
It's crazy. I feel the same way. Both of y'all do, but my thing is I'm just trying to figure out how do I want to present it. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, outside the gimmicks, outside of what they say work, how I should do it, I'm trying to figure out, all right, if I love this like I say I love it, then I got to figure out a way to do it to satisfy me. Right. You know what I mean? So that's trying to give more towards producing and stuff like that. And, you know, just like they said, man, I found the motivation. I've been writing a lot. I went to the studio, recorded 5 songs a couple weeks ago that I'm about to drop, but just trying to figure out how do I want to present the product to the world. Yeah. So that's what I'm on, bro. Trying to figure that out. You feel me?
It feel like right now you gotta. It feel like right now we gotta release watered down music, or we gotta. You know, we just talking about content. I hate that word. Right. You know, like, I really got off of social media because it's like I felt like everybody was saying the same thing. Right. Like, oh, you got to drop content. Oh, you just put out a song. You got to put a lyric video. Right. You got to stand in front of the mic and rap. You know, like, everybody doing the same thing. You got to rap, put the words at the bottom with the captions so they can see what you're saying. What? Why we got to do that?
Right. Now, and I feel you, too, and that's what I'm trying to figure out, how to get into those spaces, because if I drop a mixtape, my mixtapes ain't the same as it was a couple years ago.
But that's how I know.
I'm just saying, like, it take a little bit more with this content shit. So I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, when I want to do something, I got, no matter how we feel about it, if we want to be successful in this now, we got to figure out how to get with, you know what I'm saying, the presentation, visual content, whatever. Because it is. If we know it's bigger than the music, then we're going to run ourselves crazy just mad about it.
That's real.
It ain't about the music.
That's real.
We ain't going to drop shit if we think like that, even include myself. So just trying to figure out and get comfortable presenting it in different ways. You feel me? Because the shit you do, fire. You feel me? The shit you do, fire. We just got to figure out a different way to present it. You know what I mean? We present it the same way, we're going to get the same results. So it's just, and it ain't no easy thing, because we trying to unlearn and relearn some shit. You feel me? So I definitely feel both of y'all on that, though.
Man, for myself, it's just about continuing to try to elevate and push myself, you know, continue stepping out of my comfort zone. Like, I don't think I told y'all, but back in September, like, I left my job, like, for good. That's it. Right. I just got to a point, man, where I just didn't feel fulfilled every day, just getting up, going to work, or just being with my kids and then just having the start of my mind, like, man, I got to get up and go to work. And I never forget, when I was in L.A., one of the guys I interviewed, it'll be coming out soon, he was just like, what are you, I think I told you, like, he was like, what are you afraid of? I said, man, honestly, I said, man, just afraid of failure. He's like, you ain't afraid of failure. He said, you've already failed, but you still going. He's like, you just afraid of walking into the unknown.
Mm-hmm.
So, man,
That's real.
It's one of those scary feelings, you know, walking away, but just being out there in L.A. for those 5 days, man, not knowing what's going to happen. Like I said, initially, we planned on shooting 5 interviews, and we ended up with 20 plus.
That's work.
Just being around like-minded people. Not saying that they do podcasts, but just being around comedians and entrepreneurs and just hearing their stories of like how they left home despite what anybody else thought about them, going after their dreams, telling them they need to go get a job or and just, you know, do the norm. But just hearing these stories of how they sacrificed a lot of stuff. Some of them still saying they ain't even been doing comedy 8-9 years, not even making money yet.
Sheesh.
But still investing in it.
That's reality.
Flying from Chicago and New York to come to LA for a day just to do a show and go back home and not have any kind of guaranteed returns on it. Just hearing that type of stuff, man, just let you know, man, like you just really gotta, despite what anybody think or what anybody say, like, man,
You gotta keep going.
you gotta think. And like we said when we first got in here, man, like this 5-year anniversary, you see how fast 5 years went by?
Facts.
And we just try to, most time we tell ourselves, man, we gotta, you know, wait till we get certain things paid off or wait for certain situations, and then we're gonna go for it. But ain't none of this stuff promised, man.
It's definitely
So
not.
for me, I just want to continue pushing myself, even though I get in my head at times like, man, I don't even know, is this thing worth it, man?
Right.
I'll be honest with y'all. Sometimes when I go cover the Hornets game, and I'm driving up to Charlotte, and I'm in the car by myself, man, it's like a lonely drive, man. I'm like, dang, man, like, is it worth it sometimes? 'Cause like, I ain't got nobody to talk to. But then when I get there and this kid asked me, how can I be in your position one day? Not even knowing me, not even knowing what I'm going through.
Yeah.
But he asking how can he be in my position one day? Like, oh, it's that type of stuff that just give me confirmation. Like, it's like confirmation for
Sure.
God to like keep on going, man.
sure.
It's like this kid don't know what I'm going through. I be having these moments, and it's just like, it's just stepping out on faith. Like I said, walking into the unknown, not knowing what's gonna happen, but still challenging myself.
Yeah.
It's like,
Boy, it take a strong mind to do that.
I'm telling you,
Especially, especially we all grown. We got kids and stuff. We got families we trying to support. It gets scary, especially when you start thinking about the financial side. You like, man, what if I don't, I don't make no money? I pay these bills.
But the hardest thing with that is feeling unfulfilled.
Yeah.
If you feel like I'm not going after my purpose, bro, you going against God's will.
That's right.
If God put something in you, bro, and you don't go after it or you don't try, you
that's
going
right.
against what God made for you.
Right.
and that's
You know what I'm saying?
That's
real.
what Ron G told me. Like when he
That's
pulled me
facts.
behind the scenes after our interview. Ron G from Columbia.
Word.
Because I remember when we were doing the interview, he asked me, he's like, man, how did it make you feel, getting up, going to work, knowing that you don't love that job? And I was like, man, I felt miserable. Like, I felt trapped. Like, I'll get to work, just stand there sometimes and be like, man, why am I still doing this? And just feeling like that, man. And I told him, it's like, you get so programmed to do the same thing, you clock in. I was like, you even get to a point where you park in the same parking spot every single day, you feel like a robot. It's like, and he told me, he said, I never forget, he told me, he said, man, the two things, he said, smile when you talk about God. And then he was like, not only, like, when you don't listen to that voice and telling yourself to go after your dreams, that not only doing yourself a disservice, but you being disobedient to God. Like, when you're not listening to that and following your purpose. So, man, just hearing that type of stuff and being around those type of people, like, that's what I really find out as well. It's like, being around those like-minded minds, like you said, even if y'all not in the same field, it's so important because they going through some stuff just like anybody else.
Facts.
But they just still following their purpose. Man, it was women. One lady comedian I interviewed. I think it might have dropped today. She might be in the 50s, 60s, still doing comedy. Just like she started yesterday. She loved it. Even though she said in the interview, her mom told her to go get a job and just, make steady income, still following their purpose. But that's what she loves to do. So, man, for me, it's just being obedient and just having that discipline. Because I'm still human, get sidetracked. But to follow that purpose and go against the grain and, still having the support system that I have, I'm thankful for it. But I still feel like at times when I look at my family, I'm still doing them a disservice because I'm not giving this thing everything that I have,
Man.
knowing that I know I still got much more I can give to this craft, so I can give more to them. I look at them like, man, I still like I said, what's holding me back, honestly. So I feel like I'm just
Same
want
way,
to
bro.
continue to just push myself, and go to another level. Whether it's staying home, relocating, which has been another thing I've thought about thousands of times. It's like being in a bigger market, but it's just like honestly just being disciplined and obedient and following your purpose. That's gonna be the key for me. That's the key for me.
It's real.
Scary thing is, like you said, bro, just if you don't do it, man, you're going to have a whole bunch of what ifs.
Right.
You
gonna have
don't
a
take them
bunch
to
of-
your grave.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, it's real. One bunch of what ifs, especially when you see somebody else thrive in
Yeah.
something you wanted to do.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
man, I was
Yeah.
doing this same thing.
Yeah, then you become a hater.
Yeah.
Eat word. You be like, word. You know what I'm saying?
That's real
And,
talk.
they no different from anybody else. They just had the will and the discipline to follow through on their dream or that vision, man, and just they stay focused, man. It ain't easy. It's hard, and I think for me, like I got something coming out soon, but I feel like it's just as important to show your losses or your lessons as it is the wins, like because then when people see that online, like, okay, he human, like he go through same stuff I go through.
Yep.
He got setbacks as well. Everybody on social media, I think that's gonna be a key to like. I know we say we don't like using create content, but I think that's gonna be a key separator as well going forward. Is people who are willing to show that they had like a setback on their journey, like showing like, hey, this is what happened to me. I got rejected, whether it's a email or anything. Just showing it because everybody else right now just gonna show you. Oh, I got
The
a
highlight
for
reels.
this. Yeah, they just showing you the highlight reel. So the people who can really show you like, man, they done lost this or whatever it is, or got denied this opportunity. If you can show people that, man, I think more people will flock to you because, and I'm not even afraid to say that because I know most 9 times out of 10, most people are gonna continue to show you that they winning or they in this location. But being able to show people like, man, I'm getting hit with different setbacks, getting rejected for certain opportunities, but I'm still going. That's gonna help other people. When they see that type of stuff, they gonna relate more to.
That's real
As
shit.
they should, man. It's certain things that I went through that I felt like I was ashamed of and I didn't even want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I went through a lot of stuff and it's like I didn't talk about it, but now I want to talk about it in the music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, cause it's like certain things that you really gotta just strap your boots up and pick yourself up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we men, you know. So I feel like right now, man, we in an era where they talking about soft men lifestyle and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They tripping. They ain't no
tripping on it.
disrespect,
Nah,
but they
yeah,
tripping.
they
You know what I'm
tripping on
saying?
it. Yeah,
And it's like man, like I come from that era where it's like you put your head down, you grind it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like I want to show that to more people. And just like you said, just showing, the losses sometimes too, man, because like it ain't easy.
Man, no.
Especially like you were saying, put it in the music. Cause
Yeah.
you know, like, especially coming up, how the game is now.
until you
Like I don't want to put it in the music.
nah,
like
real
you know,
Yeah, and people want to hear that too. I mean, as much as the appetite, people want to hear about bullshit, man. People going through shit, so we
Right.
want to hear somebody that's going through something that we can relate to.
Exactly.
Too. Man, if y'all, both of y'all, man, because I like what y'all perspective is of what you want out this music shit, and it's way more rappers around here that feel just like how we do.
Yeah,
Watch the Ray Daniels and Money interview.
I'm gonna watch.
Man,
I might check it out.
He gave Money. Now even Money way younger than us.
Yeah.
He a way newer artist. He gave Money some gems that, you know what I'm saying, I was able to take away from that interview and be like, you know what, he making me look at
the
this
money
shit.
talk about
Yeah.
T.I. son.
Yeah.
I like his style of
Yeah,
music too,
yeah.
and I like how he think.
Yeah, and see, Buddy do too. Ray Daniels do. He like him too. So he really wanted to give him some things to help him with his confidence on this journey. You feel me? So
real.
I needed those things too.
This was something I had thought about plenty of times. As y'all as artists, like just something to think about. Like, what if artists, even y'all, came together, and maybe even some other artists in the upstate came together, like with y'all same mindset, and just put together like y'all own like small tour. Maybe y'all go to Atlanta and Charlotte and go somewhere. Maybe start out with 2-3 cities, put something like that together. We all coming together, because I know all y'all know DJs. Y'all know a bunch of different people in these cities. Help y'all set up maybe like a venue or something. Come together and just feed off each other energy or something. Just like a little 2-3 city tour just
I
to
get what you're saying.
get the ball rolling.
I feel like we on the same page.
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
gonna tell you what stopped that in South Carolina, egos. Cause people in South Carolina be like, man, we South Carolina, and they start comparing themselves to Atlanta, and Atlanta is Black Hollywood.
And it's one city versus a state.
But we talking about a city
with
that's
the music
rooted
business
thank you.
inside of
Thank
the
you.
city. It's not the same.
Thank you.
And everybody don't understand that.
No.
You know, and it get the sounding bitter too when you say shit like, "Well, South Carolina different."
Yeah.
And everybody be like, "No, it's not."
I ain't going to Atlanta. I'm gonna do it here, man.
I mean, you can
All
do
right.
it here, but you still want to move around too.
I
You
feel
know
like
what I mean?
I feel like y'all could be kind of like the trendsetter of putting something like that together.
Yeah.
Like, just think about it. I mean, y'all know DJs. You know, been to these different radio stations.
Yeah.
Find a venue or something anywhere and just start out with something small.
Something
It ain't
different.
nothing major. Just
I'm gonna be real.
the no ego tour.
Yeah.
Listen
no
though,
ego
it's,
tour.
it's people that's doing that right now.
Right
though.
now,
I'm gonna
right
be
now.
real though. It is people that's doing it right now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it just ain't as, I guess, promoted as a lot of
Right.
other stuff going on.
Right.
But it is people
Well,
that's doing
there you go.
showcases.
Yeah.
Man, Troop done been at showcases together before.
Facts. And
Uh,
we did a lot last few years too. I think everybody really just got to figure out what it is that you want from this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do I want out of this? You know what I mean? And then go back to the drawing board from there. Because if it's so vast and just cliche, like I want a deal or I want to be the biggest rapper in the world, that shit really might not never happen. You know what I mean? Because you ain't figured out the you know what I mean, the things that help you get towards that. But if you try to, let's be realistic about what we want from this shit.
real.
And I swear to, I feel like we'll be able to obtain that. You know what I mean? Collectively better than individually.
And being honest
real.
about
Yeah,
what's
that's
possible too. You know what I'm saying, bro? You was just talking about Ray Daniels. I went to a class at Patchwork Studio like it was probably like 4 years ago. I was 28, and I remember talking to him, right? And I let him hear my music. He was like, "Oh, you fire." He was like, "How old you are?" I was like, "I'm 28." He was like, "Why don't nobody want you?" He was like, "You don't feel like your window closed?" I'm like, I ain't never thought about it like that. He was like, "Man, if you was in Atlanta from the time you 14 to the time you 22, you own it." You know, but here it moves
It's not like
slow,
that. Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know,
right.
But he looking at it like, if you 28 and you ain't even getting eyes on you, don't nobody want to hear you,
Right.
Because they're gonna be like, bro, you 28, but Jay-Z ain't part. He was 26. You know, 2 Chainz was older, but they also was in markets.
Yeah. That's why I said when I
That's the game.
Yeah.
That's the game changer. That's like going in the goddamn strip club.
Yeah.
Trying to get a sermon.
Yeah.
You feel me?
It
Like
ain't gonna happen.
a lot of us is putting keys in the wrong
Right.
hole.
Word.
And we really gotta get to the drawing board and figure out what's our market. You
That's
feel
what I
me?
said when I went to
That's real.
LA and
That's
just
real.
being in that market and being in those right environments. Man, I just seen how everything started clicking. Like I said, 5 interviews and we turned around and did 20 plus. Like the people I was
That's
connected
crazy.
to, they was like, all right, we're gonna I know somebody that's doing the festival. We're gonna let you do the festival. Boom. And we just start interviewing comedians from all over. I ain't even know nothing about. And then they was knowing other people. And they was telling me about producers that's out there in LA and everything. Just being in that right space with those people, and they tell me like, dog, LA might be expensive, but if you really out here and you working, like you can make it.
Move.
Like,
Right.
Stuff like that.
Cause they're used to things like that versus down here. Like, let's be real. How many of us know personally, like, rappers that are actually making a living off of being a rapper around here,
Right.
or being a music producer,
And
or
in bigger cities, you like one relationship away.
Yeah.
One or two.
Exactly,
The
yeah.
6 degrees separation. Like
Yeah.
it's literally
Yeah.
a couple people away from you meeting the person that you're
Right.
trying to get to.
Yeah,
you
so-
know what I mean? We're still don't want to make an excuse for us. You
Right.
feel me?
Right.
But these are real
That's
facts.
real facts,
That's
you
a
know what I'm
real
saying?
fact.
everybody kin to somebody famous down there. You know what I'm saying?
These are real
It was
facts.
so crazy. Like I would tell the truth. Like, so I interviewed Shannon McCollum a couple of times. That's Lil Yachty's pops.
Right.
And he does photography for DL Hughley, George Lopez, Cedric the Entertainer. A lot of he did for Mike Else. A lot of different comedians. And during one of my interviews, I mentioned the guy who's throwing the festival, John. Shout out to John Grimes. I mentioned Shannon doing it, traveling, doing photography work for George Lopez, and he was like, "It's crazy that you mentioned George Lopez because I know another guy named Ruben that's on the road with George Lopez as well. So it's like he probably knows Shannon as well. Like just because you see how
That's real.
they all know each other, like intertwined with each other, just some kind of way.
Right.
Like you said, that 6 degrees of separation. Everybody knows somebody, and they still kind of 9 times out of 10 they know each other. Right?
Yeah,
that's real.
Just moving around, being in those same circles.
But South Carolina cannot be stuck in the ways thinking that somebody gonna come here and just find you rapping.
Boy, I hate when they tell.
You know
but
what I'm saying?
I hate that. Cause I be trying to tell rappers like they be like, man, I got to find the right person to hear me. No, you gotta work.
You need to go. You need to be right in front of them.
Right.
You know, and you got to make yourself hot, man. I remember I done went to South by Southwest 3 times, right? The first time, now it's different. The first time I went, right, I went to Sway in the morning, right? I met Sway twice in my life. The first time I met him, he was like, I ain't got time to talk. The second time I met Sway, I was like, bro, I met you 3 years ago, and you told me you ain't had time to talk. And he was like, King, I got time to talk right now. What's up? Me and Sway talked for 10 minutes, bro. And then he was like, don't ever think you doing the wrong thing because you here talking to me right now. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you could be in your bedroom, but you right here in front of me talking to me. Right. You know what I'm saying? He was like, and you didn't let that interaction from 3 years ago affect that. But at the same time, you know, I met DJ Drama. He walking around, people just walking up to him rapping because they feel like that's the only chance they're gonna ever have. Right. You know what I'm saying? Instead of them being like, hey bro, I'm gonna give you this, I'm gonna make myself hot, you gonna see me. You know what I'm saying? Right. It ain't even known that. It's like this my only chance. The nigga in Starbucks, I'm about to go rap to him right now. Man,
he don't want to hear that.
You feel me? You feel me? Like you like, and it's a game. Like you gotta make yourself hot. If rap is 50 years old, I be damned if somebody gonna tell me, here I am, 33 years old, you gonna be like, oh, you can't do this. Right. Man, the game young. Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta, we all know we got to figure it out, man. Yep. And I ain't against doing whatever I need to do to get to that goal that we talked about. Right. Whether it, cause me, I want to make dope albums. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If somebody hear my album and be like, just like you said, that kid, if one person just hear me and be like, bro, that album was fire. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like I had
self-satisfying.
They do something to you, don't they?
Yeah.
I feel it.
Especially when you can tell they really listen, cause they telling you the lyrics, what songs they like. Man, do something to you, bro.
Right. Man, it was this is the last time I say, man. A few years ago, I had told one of my partners, I was like, man, I always want a Bit Rude from the Dungeon Family to like do an intro on one of my albums. So he was at a hip hop festival in Columbia, Bit Rude, that with his wife. So he come up to him just saying, bro, I'm a Bit fan. My partner a Bit fan. Bit Rude was like, shoot him my number. I talked to Bit Rude on the phone. He asked me like what I want my project to be, how I want it to sound. We talked for an hour. 15 minutes go by. He sent me the intro to my project. You know what I'm saying? And it was like I really wanted that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like that showed me. It's like, man, you really got to go after what you want, cause that's God's will, bro.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't, you being disobedient, man. And I ain't trying to, I ain't trying to go out like that.
Nah, I feel it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, I appreciate y'all, man. Before we got here, make sure y'all tell everybody how to follow y'all on social media.
On Facebook is Doc Young. Instagram is Respect and Salute Forever. You know what I'm saying? You check us out on that. And all other platforms, Respect and Salute. You know.
On Instagram, Peake864. YouTube, Coach Peake. Facebook, Official Coach Peake. TikTok, Peake864. Yeah, that's about it.
Twitter, Troop SC. Instagram, Troop SC is in South Carolina. I want to say TikTok is Troop SC. I got to do better, man, because I ain't on that no more. Troop SC or Troop DZA. Facebook, I am not on there, but Troop DZA, just look me up, man.
Fellas, I appreciate y'all again. Like I said, 5-year anniversary, man. It's crazy to see how the time went by. Troop and Peake, y'all was the first 2 music interviews that I ever did.
Yep.
Like, I remember we was at Git's house the first time.
We shot at Git's house.
Yeah. I ain't know what I was doing then, man. Like,
shout out Dominique.
Yep, shout out Dominique as well. Like, I ain't know what I was doing then. We shot the first interview over here at the library. Yeah, man. So just to see how everybody grown since that time, man. And then me and Doc, like I said, met 2-3 years ago at Ben's Man and Vision Summit. And then I said, man, Doc, come on, man. I love to have you on for the round table. So came last year and came back again this year. So I appreciate you, dog, for that. But it's all been love, man. Like I said, this is one of my favorite interviews because we could just talk about music.
Yes, sir.
And I could just listen to y'all perspective because y'all hear music from a different ear than I do. So just to hear y'all perspective on it, I appreciate y'all for taking the time to rock with me as well.
Yes, sir.
So hopefully everybody enjoyed this episode of the Cross the Line Podcast, 5-year anniversary of the Hip Hop Roundtable. Till next year, keep chasing your dreams. Thank you for listening.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was dope, man.